call him now?
Number 7.
Is that what we call him? Number 7.
Hello, number 7.
I was going to open a can of worms on the whole tier system there, as where does that place him, but I didn't fucking do it.
Because he's just out of the top tier.
I know he's not sixth, and he would have been fucking well in. There's no question mate. About it. He is the top. But
even sixth though, sixth one in the fight, sixth doesn't get included in that top 5, does it? So even that you could argue isn't top tier.
What's that mean? It's like top 5 automatically qualify for next year, right? The 6th.
Yeah. So that's only top tier.
So even my tier system's a little bit off.
Yeah, a bit ski with.
Yeah.
So
let's not redo this debate.
So only top 5 is top tier. Only top 5 is top tier.
I think the reason I say top 6 is because usually the first call out is 6 guys.
Yeah, but then one gets pushed off to the side. You forgot about.
Yeah, but he's in that call, like he's there, right?
He gets a check.
He's not in that final photo though. But he gets the final photo.
But he gets a fat check.
If you're not in the final photo,
what final photo?
Do they not like? Well, listen, I'm talking about like normal level shows. Normal level shows today, because normal level shows is top 5.
Hang on, I was fucking there. I can't remember.
So like a standard show, top 5 get a photo, didn't they?
No, because at the Arnold it was top 6. Because I remember I was 6th and I got called out for the final photo.
Was it this year? I don't know if it was this year. It might have changed.
That was back in 2017. So I don't know if they changed it.
That was old times. Things changed.
Old times.
You can't stop digging up your old accolades.
It's like
it's only this year, Fouad.
It's only 3 years ago, for fuck's sake.
The world's changing, Fouad. The world's changing.
So they got rid of the 6th guy. They're like, "Fuck you."
I think they did. I think they did. I don't know. I'm not trying to shit on Akim because he's brilliant.
After the Arnold in 2017, they went, fuck.
Yeah,
fuck
yeah.
The 6th guy doesn't belong here. Fuck that guy. No, so
I don't know.
Okay, we won't spend a lot of time on the tier thing, but Akeem counts, and it's top 6. It's top 6.
He's top 6, but is he top tier? Are you saying he's top tier?
I'm not. I've always considered the top 6 the top tier. This is my thing.
So Akim, brother, you're in the top tier from.
But I'm way off because Ian says anybody at the Olympia is top tier.
Yeah, that's true.
This is your show.
Well, then hang on. Going off the original thing, Akim, in my eyes, wouldn't have been 6th if James had turned up. Well,
that's hypothetical.
Yeah, but then you could say but you gotta.
So James is a perennial top tier.
Don't do this.
Yeah, but then you added. Now you've opened a whole can of worms because now you have Cedric didn't show up, Sergio didn't show up.
Exactly.
Patrick Moore wasn't there. Like there's a whole list of names.
Asher wasn't there.
Sergio was there. He was just in a pink shirt, sat behind me.
Yeah. Nathan Diasha wasn't there. He could have been in that.
Oh shit, Nathan!
Yeah.
Nathan.
I can't forget that. Nathan's
he's kind of off my radar. He's been off my radar for a while just because he hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
I hope he'd be back in it next year. I don't know what his situation is.
Because that 6 through
great bodybuilder.
He's interchangeable as fuck.
Yeah, the 6 through 9 spot or 6 through 10 spot. If you add those 3 guys alone, it's way different now.
Wait. Sean Roden
and Sean Roden.
Wow.
Yeah,
I swear Sean's back next year. He's been with Dan Solomon and having some chats. It looks like.
And what about Kai Greene? Like is Kai now that Redcon wants him to compete? What if
James? What do you know?
We don't know. Do Redcon want him to compete? That's what I wonder. I still haven't asked.
I heard through the grapevine that
he should.
Part of his contract was that they were trying to get him on stage.
I heard. Well, I was talking to a couple of them.
So what did you hear?
When I say grapevine, I was talking to Ben.
Oh, I didn't say it was in his contract. Wait. I didn't say it was in his contract. Let's not misquote me.
You said they're trying to.
What I said was I think the general the wish was that they're trying to use him to get him back on stage. Yeah,
Aaron will certainly want him to. Like he'd love to.
Let me ask you guys this. So we saw Phil go away and come back.
Yeah,
Kai's been gone now for what? 3 years? 4 years?
Yeah.
He's been gone since like 7. Because I remember 17. I don't think he competed. That was my last year. So I think 16.
Yeah.
16, I think, was his last year.
Arnold Australia was the last one, wasn't it?
So he's been gone for 4, and next year will be 5 years. Are people
the same?
I know he looks amazing on Instagram, but is he going to look like Kai Greene, or is he going to look different?
Do you know what I'm hoping? I hope he looks a bit better. I hope he looks like 2009 Kai.
You're hoping?
I don't think you can. I keep saying this, and I know people dispute it with Rolly, but I think Rolly's a special case. I don't think you can shrink your waist when it gets to a certain size.
Yeah.
He was the only man that I've seen do that. On a big
Unless
plate.
the only caveat to that is if you lose muscle because you're under eating, like when Ben did it.
And Nicholas Folio did
Nicholas
it, right?
Fallu, yeah, Nicholas.
No,
really
but
well.
but what Nicholas did was stop and then start over in a different manner.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is Ben Pekulski, when he did it, he came in and had a vacuum all of a sudden, but he also lost a lot of muscle to get that stomach down. So unless Kai Greene's prepared to, like, you know, shrink down a bit, I don't think his stomach will be smaller. And then you wonder if it's going to be, they're going to penalize him for it, because now, you know, bodybuilding's changed now. They're not.
The thing with bodybuilding is like, it's all about what you look like stripped off, and like, I just think the complete physique of people like that now will not look the same as it did. It'll just look different.
Are you saying he'll be judged different? Or are you saying because he hasn't competed in 5 years?
No, he'll look different. He'll look 4 years older.
Yeah,
and that comes with all the things.
It's funny that Buys and Tries Instagram. I like that Instagram page a lot. They're really good. He does some cool stuff, but he posted a side by side of Phil Heath's back old bicep, and I don't remember when the first picture was from, but the second picture was from this year. It's weird, even though Phil looks like he still has all the same muscle, until you compare it to his previous photos, you can't really see the difference, but there's a difference. And I think that's kind of what you're talking about with Kai, is he'll still look big and he'll look amazing, but maybe he won't look as awesome as he did when he was fresh and competing all the time. So
it's just very hard to see those linear changes. They're very small, but they're enough when you take someone's kit off, put them on stage and judge them.
But even a bad Phil was still third at the Olympia.
Mate, Phil was, listen, I thought Phil looked fantastic, to be fair.
No, that's why I put bad in quotations.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like, he's still one of the best.
But I'm just saying, like, that means even a bad Kai, like, where does, even if Kai doesn't, I don't think
Kai fits in as well. I think since Huddy has come about, I think Kai would be behind Huddy.
I think
that's just me.
I think I'd like to believe that if Kai came back, he would still be in the top 3.
I feel like Huddy would take him.
Think about it. You don't think Kai can beat Brandon?
I don't know, because remember Kai, like remember when he did that Portugal show and he like pulled out halfway through. I feel like, I don't know if that was towards the end of his career, but I feel like Kai ain't going to be the same. And I think they are, like you said, judging heavily on the waistline. And I just don't think Kai's ever going to have a waistline to match Brandon's, which means technically in that top spot place, they're not going to let him win.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
I know he's going to have more muscle everywhere else. Listen, he's going to have better legs. He's going to have better glutes, better back. But I don't know. They just seem to be judging in a manner that's very kind of respectable of the midsection.
If you're right, if the midsection is going to be like a focal point, then he might be down, like might be penalized for it. But I don't know, man. Even Phil's stomach was off this year, but everything else looks so amazing. He still plays third.
I wonder if Kai still looks as amazing on those other body parts, though. I feel like Kai's arms and shoulders maybe might look worse from age. So? Yeah, I don't know why. I just feel like they might be a bit worn out looking.
It's hard to tell on Instagram, eh?
It is, and I've tried looking. Don't get me wrong, because I'm judgmental as fuck. Like, not judgmental. I'm analytic. I analyze a lot, and I've like looked at Kai since he's on the Redcon, and I've seen his proportions, and I feel like he looks quite mid heavy versus older self. So I'm like older. He looks older. Don't get me wrong. Like, he could still put it in when he's.
James saying he thinks he can take Kai.
Do you think he'll look like this?
No, I don't. I don't. I think he's older man with a bigger midsection.
If Kai looked like this at this year's Olympia, does he beat Rami?
No, Rami still wins.
There's only one shot, and that's filtered as fuck.
Because Rami from the side and front.
I think I disagree with you guys.
You good? You need to. That's a trend. Got to keep it the same.
I love this post, by the way, that he posted.
What was they say the backgrounds kind of got rid of the stomachs?
You think they'll notice? Because he's making fun of Phil's stomach, because they both have big stomachs now.
Yeah. That's quite cool that even he can point out his own.
I thought it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that's good humor.
I don't know. Okay, this is a recent photo or a video. I mean, that's still impressive.
He's got lots of blood in his arms. Like I find with some of the people, like when they pump up, they look great. But I don't know. There's a difference between being pumped up doing a video than being on stage.
I know you're right. I know you're right.
We can all make our arms look pretty fucking good in the gym with a couple of sets. He still looks fucking fantastic. I'm not trying to take anything away. He's a legend. He's amazing. I just personally don't think he's going to beat some of the guys that are out now.
I think if
does more power.
This is what I think. If Kai looks like this right now, I'm assuming he looks like this probably on not a lot of gear, because he's not, if he hasn't competed in 5 years, I'm guessing he's probably not blasting really hard, and like maybe he's not eating all his meals. Who knows?
Can't we ask George Farrell?
No, I hear he's a bit of a fucking robot.
Really?
I want to know. Yeah, he's probably eating very on point all the time.
I hear he chomps on chicken and raw broccoli regardless.
On a daily.
Like, I don't know if this is recent. Like, that's
recent. That's recent.
I don't know, man. I honestly think like
you're under his spell, Fouad. He's doing that belly jiggle. He's doing that belly jiggle, and you're under his spell.
You're just waiting for the fucking watermelon to come on shot, aren't you?
Fuck you guys. Look at this. This is incredible, man. This is absolutely incredible.
He is. We're just trying to create some sort of
what year is that?
We need contrasting ideas on this fucking show.
That's what I'm saying. What year is that? Because that year,
I like that. That's the New York Pro. I like that. That's the look I liked. Full.
I don't know, man. If this Kai shows up, I don't think
that one shows up. Yeah, if that one shows up, that's 2012, wasn't it?
I don't think anybody beats him. Like, this is
2010, 2011. He's
why is he always posting dumb shit? Look, can't find my straps.
Yes, so they only said.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I guess
I like the Cheru Classic. You look good at the Cheru, down on the left.
This one?
Yeah, that show they all look pretty jacked. Like, I know that's not a great picture, but at that show he did look fucking.
I think this is the show where they said he beat Phil, but they didn't actually let him beat Phil.
Yeah. I would imagine, because he looked like he did.
I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm actually.
You'll never know.
Yeah, well, we'll know if he competes this year, but I feel like, I've always been mesmerized by Kai's physique, even though, he does have a little bit thicker waist, but like,
still fucking amazing.
I really feel like if he competed and he looked even 95% close to this, he's in the top 3.
Yeah, for sure. I'll give you that one.
Like,
I would like to see him and Huddy side by side. That's just what I'd like to see.
Why are you picking Huddy out of all the people?
Most comparable proportions.
You think so?
Yeah, like quad heavy, arms, although they're peaky, they're not falling around.
Yeah.
Chests aren't the thickest, but they've got good abs, both of them. Yeah. And they've both got wide backs. I don't know. I feel like they're both good posers as well. So I'd love to see them pose together, because they're probably the 2 best posers, I think.
You know what? But it's crazy that you say that, because Kai was or Hadi was second place.
Yeah, in the finals. I know.
He was fifth at prejudge, right?
Just
fourth, I think. Fourth.
Just couldn't pull back enough points, could he?
All right, we're gonna have a tiebreaker here. Ian's here. Ian, you're gonna be the moderator.
Yeah, we need this.
We have a question. We need a tiebreaker. We need an arbiter.
No, we don't. Not win the Olympia.
What did you say?
I said no. Kai Greene would not win the Olympia.
Okay, I guess that debate's over with.
I said.
Was that the question?
The question is, if Kai Greene competes this year and he looks even remotely close to what he looked like back in the day, or when he did compete last, could he beat Rami?
This Rami.
No.
I don't think he can beat this Rami.
Well, you have to ask yourself this.
Kai Greene just sucks from the front, man. He's so good from the back, but he
sucks from the front.
Dude, you're so harsh with your opinion sometimes.
His forearms are weird. His waist is wide. He's got like weird shape. He's not very good from the side. Also, he's just ridiculous from the back. This
is why you get so much heat on your fucking Instagram, because you say things like Kai Greene sucks from the front.
Hey, well, I'm saying he sucks compared to other Mr. Olympia. He's obviously way better than me. I'm just saying when you're doing the Mr. Olympia debate, he is not
up there.
I mean, I'm going to catch flack for this, but Kai Greene is wildly overrated, in my opinion.
No way. I did totally.
A lot of people would agree. I know a few other pros that have been on the show that would say the same.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of close friends.
From the back, I'll give it. Kai Greene's one of the best. I mean, his back double, back lat is just insane. But it's. I
don't know. That's a pretty good front lat spread to me.
It's solid for sure. But I mean, go down, find
another. Where is this lacking? This front lat spread. It's incredible.
I mean, his arms are definitely lacking for sure.
His forearms are lacking.
And his arms as well. But go down.
It's the delt tricep tie-in. It's his delt tricep tie-in.
Go down like that you know, his waist is definitely weird on that most muscular. Chest isn't as good as some guys, but I mean, it's obviously a great physique. I mean, he just has insane legs.
Oh, his legs are crazy.
I don't know. It's tough for me to
bicep peaks and legs.
The guy is like second at the Olympia for a number of years. It's hard for me to. It's hard for me to say that he's overrated. It really is. I don't think he's overrated.
Like, I don't know. To me, that is like meh. You know.
This.
I don't know. His waist is weird.
Yeah, like chest is a bit weak. Delts are weak.
Guys.
He's like me. He's got shit delts like me.
Guys.
Wait, we're doing this from a.
I know. But is
average competitor?
If I look at
it's different.
Okay, if I look at this physique, I see a waist that's a little bit wide, but I don't see any other weaknesses.
What do you see that's exceptional other than the quads?
His arms, his quads. Look how big his fucking arms are.
I mean, chest.
One, they're behind his back, press forward, and two, this is edited to the fucking nines. Like, you know.
Oh, okay. Well,
let's find out.
Let's find. This is a video. Tell me his arms are incredible.
Okay, go there. Go to that most muscular, two below.
Yeah, look, this way.
You picked out his worst pose.
Yeah, but like, look at that.
You know, he has the same head as me.
He does have your melon. Look at.
We've got the same melon.
This is not videos are more telling. These are
that's jacked up. You see in the gym pump.
Not on stage. And there, yeah. See, they're like his triceps is like James.
He's got a long elbow with short triceps.
Yeah. Look at the.
I know what Ian's saying. I know the insertion point on that long head is short.
I know what he's saying too. We just
got to give it. You got to do it. We can't praise too much.
This has become a Kai Greene episode. This is all Kai Greene so far.
This is the roasting episode for Kai Greene.
No, hey, I'm not fucking roasting. You guys fucking leave me out of that.
Absolutely ridiculous. I'll give it.
Kai, we do like you. Sure. We love you really. You've done a lot for this sport. Yeah.
I don't know. Look here. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
You're like he's not good from the side. Are you kidding me?
Chest.
What is lacking in this side chest?
I don't know. I just don't like it.
There's literally nothing.
I just got to come in here and be the
shit disturber.
Yeah,
the antagonist
here.
He is killing Phil Heath in this pose.
I disagree.
The only thing Phil has him
I wouldn't say he's killing.
The only thing Phil has him on is detail in the delt. Other than that, his chest is thicker, his arms are thicker, his fucking legs are bigger and harder. There's literally nothing Phil is beating him on in this pose.
Phil's beating him on the arm at the back.
Okay, fuck you guys. I'm done with this shit.
The triceps sticking out of the back.
You guys are haters. Kai's gonna come back and fuck everybody up. I can't wait.
Never coming back. You fucking insane.
I'm hoping.
He's still hoping. He's still fucking hoping.
You sound like one of those internet kids that when the Olympia lineup comes out every year and they say, "Where's Kai?" It's like, bruh.
I did that this year. I was. Look, I'm a Kai Greene fan. What do you want from me?
I mean, I'm a fan. From as much as I think his physique is warranted and that his placings have warranted him in bodybuilding. Do I like his personality? Not at all. What about his personality don't you like?
Oh
my God, it's just like mumbo jumbo nonsense. Fucking like I can't answer a fucking question to save his goddamn life. And to me, it feels disgenuine. It feels like it's like a personality that's put on. It doesn't feel like it's like reality, you know?
I think
I don't like to say too much being signed by the same company, but yeah, I know people that are up there who know him that say the same.
Yeah.
I feel like the realest I ever saw Kai was that Dave, and I know I'm going to fuck up the last name. It's like Pulcinella. Yeah.
Pulcinella, yeah.
Dave Pulcinella did a documentary with him that was like 2 or 3 days. Or whatever. Yeah, it was like.
But even that, I know for a fact that when
he had another flat.
They showed the apartment, the flat, he already had a nice house and a car, and he's like playing it up like he's on the subway and all hardcore. Like wasn't even the reality.
I know that.
He went and got that Tupperware.
But wait a minute. But there probably was a point where that was his life, though.
Okay, sure.
So they're probably trying to dictate, like they're trying to show you, like this is how it came up, like this is how it came up.
But perhaps he said that.
That's one thing. But when you're dictating that, like he's at the top and he still lives this way, that's fucking bullshit, you know?
Yeah, because that is what happened in that. Because I used to love that little documentary, but it was
staged.
It was a mirage.
Yeah.
I fell for it.
Ben's being quiet here. I want Ben's opinion.
Because Ben's being nice. He's like, I'm not going to shit on a legend. You guys are like, oh, fuck that guy.
Wait. You're putting Kai Greene as legend status in bodybuilding? Legend status. What has he done? He won what? An Arnold or 2? Like, where's the legend status here?
I don't think winning shows is the only thing that makes you a legend.
Okay, so what he's done for the sport in terms of social media and stuff, that's where you're
I'm saying high profile, not legend.
Okay. Well, I'm on the fence about it. I'm not saying for sure he's a legend. I'm trying to quantify how I would say what he's done.
What attributes him as a legend in your mind?
He's high profile. He's well known, but I don't think he's a legend.
No, that's not enough. That's not enough. I don't think it's enough to be well known. I think
how do you cross the line? Where's the line?
Like Bradley Martin's well known. That doesn't mean he's a legend. I think, I don't know. I think the way he influenced the way people think, the way people think about themselves, the way people believe in themselves. He makes them not answer questions. No. He brought more. I feel like he brought more introspection to the sport that people never talked about.
He confuses the shit out of me when I listen to him.
Yeah. And how much does he do now where he like continually trolls and draws his fans into this concept of him competing? He does it nonstop.
I'll give you this. In the last 2 or 3 years, I have been annoyed as a fan because I'm like, either tell everybody you're retired or come back.
Yeah.
Like,
but
don't.
He uses it as like.
Yeah, Fouad.
No.
Yeah.
I was going to say something.
I actually intended to come back. That's different. I was like, I actually signed a contract. I was like going to actually do a show. No, but I don't know. I don't know what. You know what? Maybe he's not a legend. I guess I don't know. He has one of the all-time best physiques in bodybuilding. Like I would put him in the top 10 or 15 of all-time bodybuilders.
I feel like he had bad genetics and done good with them.
I think he did a lot with what he had, and I think that from the back, I will absolutely agree with you. I'd put him in top 6 to top 8 all time.
Overall physique, would you put him in the top 15 of all time bodybuilders?
15? He might be creeping in the 15, top 10 now.
Yeah. So if you're the 15th best bodybuilder ever of all time,
that's still fucking good. But is that not legend?
Is that not legend status?
I mean, this gets back to the debate that we had about like the first tier, second tier bullshit.
No, this is a little different. It's not
because it's what quantifies legend status versus whatever. And to me, I think that your placings have more to do with legend status. And I think the social media and what you did for the sport, I think Kai did some stuff, but less than what we're giving him credit to. Credit for. You know, I think he did a lot, but like you're acting as if he like completely changed the game and like, you know, blah blah blah. Like I'm on the fence. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not agreeing with you either. I haven't thought it out well enough. But I guess what I'm saying is this: I don't think placings are the only thing that matters, because I don't think it's the only thing.
Would you consider Sean Roden a legend?
No.
Okay, Sean Roden's won an Olympia.
I know.
That's what I'm saying. So placings don't mean everything.
Right. He won one Olympia. Has he ever won an Arnold?
Let me ask you this: Would you consider Sean Roden more of a legend than Kai Greene?
I'd say they're very even.
No.
You don't think so?
No, Kai Greene has had far more influence on bodybuilding as a whole than Sean Roden.
I'll agree with you there. But then that's the debate now about what is a legend, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you can.
The legend, how much influence you had, or is it what you were in terms of your bodybuilding prowess?
I think it's everything. I think it's not one thing, right? I think there's different components that make up a legend.
Yeah. So then, I would give you that.
Because you could say
more of a legend than Sean by a small margin. Sure.
Because you could say, if it's mostly placings, you would say Lee Haney and Ronnie Coleman are the greatest legends of all time in bodybuilding. But I don't think everybody would say that. I think they would say.
I mean, I think we would all agree that Ronnie Coleman is the greatest legend of all time.
Yeah, but I think what I'm saying is the Lee Haney was my example, because I think people would put Dorian in front of Lee. Even though he
depends what era of person you're asking, though. The answer
is
You know, this is just like getting into the 90s thing where everyone that's, grew up watching bodybuilding in the 90s thinks that these guys were fucking a million times better than the guys today. And I mean,
no, because I'm not saying now is better than then, because
people are going to always have a jaded kind of thing towards the era they grew up in. They're always going to guys like that.
No, you're not.
They're older are always going to say Arnold and Lee, and these are the guys that were like the thing. And guys that I grew up with, it was Jay and Ronnie, and I'm going to always give you that answer. It's going to be
okay,
different.
But you're not. I think you're misunderstanding my point a bit, because I would put Arnold in front of Lee as well. So my point is,
Arnold,
So Arnold to me is the top of the legend status in bodybuilding.
But for me, that's listen, look at what you're doing now. Yeah, you've extended yourself beyond just the stage. Yeah. That's to me what makes a legend.
Yeah,
being able to take your bodybuilding and become even broader with it.
Yeah,
do other things.
Okay, I can And in that context, that does put Kai quite a bit ahead of Sean. So I'll give you that. Yeah.
Maybe Fouad, you might be dropping into that legend box.
I was scared you were going to take it there. I was so scared you were going to say that, and you've gone and fucking done it now.
He's going to have to hashtag legend.
You know what? There's not enough on the competitive side.
That's the new meme.
No, but
we're going to get hounded
with going.
What's that?
We're going to get hounded now with Fouad legendary memes.
No,
you know that.
No. Let's go back to the actual debate. There's a topic. So what you're saying, James, it's not that's what I think me and Ian are saying is there's got to be a lot of both.
What about this? How many legends are allowed to actually exist to be a legend?
I always wonder that because people throw around the word legend all the time.
Like,
now.
Come on. Are you a legend if there's 10 of you? Are you?
No.
Yeah.
You're a race. You're a race then. You're not a legend. You're one. You know what I mean? You're a whole race of your own. Like what? A legend should be one. Like the one.
I think a legend.
Ronnie Coleman.
I think a legend could be like 3 or
3.
5.
3 to 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
just like a little collect a small.
You know, it's like when people ask like who's on the Mount Rushmore of bodybuilding. That's to me those are the real
4 legends.
Yeah.
4 legends, and there's 4 of us.
I don't know what you call I don't know what you call the other people though.
Not legends.
What do you call them?
Heroes.
I don't know, but they're not like legends.
No, I know.
Heroes.
But is
there
heroes?
You have heroes and then legends. Legends
are
like
you almost made it.
Yeah.
What's a legend status? Is that like you're remembered forever? Does that mean you're legend
what's the
status?
time duration? When does that run out? What's the time duration?
I think this may be like maybe this is wrong, but I also consider something like I would consider legendary status someone that is known even like in layman's world, you know?
Yeah.
Like people that know nothing about bodybuilding know about Arnold Schwarzenegger. They know about Ronnie Coleman, the Yeah Buddy. Like they know people have touched the world outside of just bodybuilding, you know?
It's how far does your ripple reach?
Your ripple, like how far does that reach? I think that is legend.
So in that instance, Kai now starts to come into that.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
Yeah, so I'll admit I was wrong that Kai would be higher in that status then. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
that's why Arnold's ripple is the biggest ripple.
I think I'm starting to creep in there a little bit then because there's a lot of people that
says.
Fuck you, Fouad. You can't put yourself in legendary status.
There's people that watch this podcast that don't even follow bodybuilding. I'm like, hey,
you can't self-proclaim your own status.
You know, I'd never do that shit. Shut up.
It's what you say, doesn't it? Like, so if you went around the world and you did a poll on who's the most known bodybuilder,
name 5 bodybuilders to everyone.
It'd be Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By far.
But by a long shot.
But in that case, Rambo, like Sylvester Stallone would be on there.
Yes.
When I went
that's not bodybuilding legend.
But I know. But when I went to Mexico, people were calling me Rambo because I had
just got back from Mexico. Everyone called me Rambo.
Yeah. So it's like, is Sylvester Stallone a legend in bodybuilding because of that?
Or we just say the Mexican people are a little slow.
You said it, Ben. You said it.
I didn't say that.
Actually, I think even Turkish people say Rambo. I think when I went to Turkey,
see what I'm saying? Because Arnold and Sylvester Stallone had the most muscle on TV. That's what people think bodybuilding is.
Van Damme as well. Sometimes people say.
Yeah.
Had a few of those.
All right. Anyway, way the fuck off topic.
Now, like when I like younger kids, like I got a couple buddies, you know, that have kids or girlfriends with kids or whatever, and they'll always be like, "Is he bigger than John Cena?" You know,
that's
or The Rock or John Cena. Like these are the guys that they use now. You know,
I don't think you have to creep into real world to be. I think it helps your legend status if you do.
But then, it's whether you're a legend. It's whether you're a legend in your field or you're a legend on the planet.
Yeah, those are two different things, though. You can be a legend in bodybuilding and not a legend in the world.
Absolutely.
Right? Like Ronnie Coleman's not known all over the world. But Arnold is.
No.
Well, Arnold has it, right? Outright.
Yeah.
Arnold.
Yeah, Arnold's got it. Yeah.
But of actual competitive people who have legitimate competitive bodybuilding careers outside of Arnold, Ronnie is definitely the most known from non-bodybuilding knowledge people.
Agreed. All right. Anyway, what'd you guys do for New Year's? Anything? Ian, no. You're in quarantine. Just stay home.
Yeah, I'm with Melissa. We're just here.
Did you guys get drunk?
No, she had a drink.
Oh, okay. Ben, what'd you do?
She fell asleep on the floor. Yeah.
Did you guys have a charcuterie board?
No, we got 5 guys.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, bad choice.
Hey, you know what? I had this debate with Guy on the bro chat we did this week. Do you guys get your burgers cooked or like medium well? Or sorry, medium rare?
Medium.
I like mine a bit rare.
Yeah,
really?
You would go on to the medium rare. Medium is normal for a burger, though.
I go medium. I just want it cooked.
It's like generic burger cook, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm the odd man out here. You guys all go rare with your burgers?
I said medium.
No, medium rare.
Yeah, but if you're getting a burger from Five Guys where they don't ask you, they give it to you medium.
Medium, yeah. But he meant like at a restaurant. Like if you go to a nice restaurant to sit down and have a gourmet burger, how would you order it?
Ooh, I'm not ordering a fucking burger in a gourmet.
Well,
restaurant.
I said that too. I'm not going to a nice restaurant to get a burger. But if you did,
some places do ask, and when they do ask, I usually say medium rare on burgers. I think, yeah.
Well, okay.
Yeah, I like mine a little bit pink in the middle.
Yeah, a little pink. Yeah.
I don't know why. For some reason, if I do a steak, I like it medium rare.
But in a burger,
I want it medium.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can even go rarer than medium rare on a steak, but yeah, on a burger, I'd go medium to medium rare at most. Yeah.
You don't want to just be eating mince, do you? Like raw mince.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, that's why.
Well, I think on a burger, you got other stuff in it, makes it juicy, and then it starts to fucking slop out, and then it's a mess.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, there is also a different health thing with ground meats, right? Like,
yes,
the
ground
bacteria
meats have got more bacteria. Yeah,
they should be cooked more, right?
Because obviously the bacteria can get into it.
Yeah.
What did you guys do for New Year's, James and Ben? Anything special?
Go on, Ben.
No, we had the little one, haven't we? So we I tell you what, we did watch that new Christopher Nolan film, and that's a head fuck.
Tennis fuck.
That's fucking bad. Tenet? Holy fuck.
Wait. What movie is this and where on Netflix?
Tenet. No. It's only just come out. Yeah, it's Apple TV. But
it's very
So you know the guy that made Interstellar and he made Inception.
It's like
Memento.
This is like that, but dialed up to 11.
Yeah.
And then I halfway through it, I was like, because normally we fall asleep watching films, right? We don't film, and this one we're like that. Like, what the fuck's going on? I don't know. I'm getting like half of this.
But was it like anxiety ridden or what? Like, did you have anxiety watching?
No, it's just the concept. It's about time travel ish kind of thing, and the concept of it, and you're trying to keep up with it.
Yeah,
I've got to watch it another 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
I said
my bet. One of my best friends, Dan. Sorry, Ian.
Go ahead, James.
I said one of my best friends, Dan, is a proper film addict, and he watched it like 4 times because he said every single time you watch it, it puts together even more of what you were trying to work out. You can see the order of things because lots of things happen. They happen at the same time, and you're only focusing on what's in the foreground. Start looking in the background of the movie, you start to see a lot of shit going on.
What were you going to say, Ian?
I was going to say I said the same thing as Ben there. When I watched it the first time, I thought it was awesome. But I said to Melissa, I'm like, I'm going to need to rewatch this like 2 or 3 times before I fully understand like
you know when you watch The Sixth Sense and you find out at the end that he's dead, and then you watch it again knowing that he's dead and things make more sense. It's going to start doing that to me. I'm going to start getting it.
We should have said spoiler warning for The Sixth Sense if anyone's watching and hasn't seen it and wanted to see it.
It's like 10 years old.
Just if you're putting on The Sixth Sense tonight, just
So it's called. I broke protocol. I had a few friends over. I know we're not allowed to because of COVID. So I had some food catered in, and then we were just gonna have like a glass of wine with dinner, and one glass of wine ended up being like a bottle of whiskey.
There you go.
So I felt a little shitty when I woke up today. I was like,
I got that out of my system in Mexico.
Yeah, I was. It's the first time in a long time, but I had fucking way too much to drink. But it felt good. How was Mexico?
It was great. I mean, this was the first time I've ever gone on vacation like immediately after a show, like at the end of a season like that. You know, like usually you're going, on vacation like in the off season or whatever, but I find it very hard for me to like actually kind of like settle and enjoy that even in an off season. I'm worried about like, oh, I got to eat so much food or I'm going to shrink or I don't want to drink because there's so many things that I'm focused on. But like right post Olympia, I had not a fucking care in the world.
You had that for a little while. It's brilliant.
Just eating what I felt as much as I want or as little as I want. If I want to eat 3 meals or 15 meals, or if I want to fucking drink at noon, like I just whatever.
Well,
especially I was able to enjoy the circumstances a lot more for sure.
Especially now that you're number 7. I mean, think about it. You go there and you're like, you've just accomplished the best thing ever in your career.
Yeah.
And you don't have to worry about an off season. It's like all completely
It was like, and it's right at the end of the season. Like, I'm like, I know there's the next show I want to do is in August. So I'm like, I got fucking time to chill. It's like, this is the end of the season. I don't have to worry about anything. I'm not like missing fucking drugs or food or whatever.
Yeah.
Just enjoy it.
The mad thing is, if you was number 10 or 11, you wouldn't have felt the same.
I wouldn't have felt the same. No.
No,
really?
Number 7. It had to be number 7.
Do you know what it was as well? Because I spent a bit of time with both you and Hunter. You were both more concerned with where you placed in relation to each other than the overall picture, really. Once you were both in the top 10, you were happy. It was then a case of, okay, where are we?
100%. And it sounds petty, but like the second the show was done, they didn't tell us where we placed because we knew we were in the top 10, but they only announced the top 5 on stage.
Yeah.
So then I get off stage and I'm like, so I find one random judge and they only kind of knew where they had placed you, you know, like they didn't see the whole picture of the whole thing. Like they're not Steve or someone that saw the entirety of it. They just know, hey, I put you in 7th or I put you in 8th or whatever. So I went up to 1 or 2 and they're like, oh, I don't know. I had you here, blah, 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 you know, but, and I was like, okay, well, when can I find out? And they're like, oh, they'll post online later. I'm like, this is the goddamn Olympia.
Where's the paper? Where's the fucking paperwork?
I'm like, I can't enjoy my fucking night until I have an answer to this, you know? And I'll admit 100% it was because I want to know, and I knew based off the calls, I was either 7th or 8th with Hunter. You know? In my mind, I was like, I feel like I have that 7th spot very solidified, but I can't go out and enjoy this night until I have that fucking answer. Because if I go out, I'm going to be sitting there fucking refreshing that page nonstop. So then I got off stage. I was like saying to Melissa, I was like, oh, I could, talk to judges, blah, blah, blah. And eventually my buddy Julian was, and then they were just like, yo, we're just going to walk back to the press pit or whatever. We're going to find fucking Steve or Tyler. And you're just going to ask them like straight up, like, where the fuck are they? I was like, all right. So I walked back there. I found Steve and Tyler together. I asked Tyler, he didn't know. And then Steve's like, oh, you were 7th. We had you 7th at finals. You're 7th. I was like, fucking thank God, So that was like I've won shows. Like I won New York Pro. I won the show in Spain. There was no better feeling of like relief. Like all I can say is that it was like immense, like wave of relief on me. That 7th, it was like the biggest, deepest breath of like, oh my God, fuck.
Can imagine.
Like everything I'd wanted out of that show had just happened.
That was like me with Samson.
But you know what James said at the start of this before you logged on that you're still not top tier. No, I didn't say it. I didn't say it. James said it. I didn't say it.
I wasn't being a CUNT. I was being a because I said to him that.
I mean, he's in the first call out. I'm not top tier.
Well, and what I was saying, Ian. No, honestly, because this is an honest. I even said that Kim actually technically isn't because
he got held back.
Yes, because the top 5, like you said, there were the only ones that knew where they placed. So in Broad's eyes, that's the top tier. That's what I was trying to say.
It's the top tier.
Defending myself.
I'll agree. When I think of myself, I don't think of myself in that same echelon as, Hottie, Phil, Brandon. I don't see myself as the same as them. Do I see myself as the same level as Akeem? 100%. Do I see myself as Hunter and all these guys?
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay.
Do I see myself in that tier with those guys that like, hey, I deserved my call out with Hottie? No.
Can I need to say though, my tier system needs to be revamped a little bit. I'm trying to think it through because, and this is why I say this, my feeling about top tier is that it means basically a guy who can walk into any show other than the Olympia and maybe the Arnold and win.
I think that's realistic for me.
To me, that's a top tier guy. And I think that's realistic for you. So I'm like,
yeah, you're definitely in that case, you're top tier.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I haven't walked into a show in 2 years where it wasn't a realistic thing for me to win the show.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But James and Ian are both there now.
Yeah, I know.
That's why I don't think I'm there yet.
You just won 2 shows.
You just won 2 shows.
Yeah, but I still don't feel like I'm there. Give me another year.
James is just humble bragging. Just leave him alone.
He's just being British. He's being British. That's what he's doing.
So this is like new for him. He's got to settle into it a bit.
I don't know over the feeling. I did get my new belt though, European Pro Champion.
I saw that.
I felt just trying to remind myself that I actually did do something this year.
Yeah.
Did they send that to you, or did you?
No, I bought it. I bought it myself. The day after I put an order in.
I think Cardillo doesn't like me because he sent me a belt for free once, but it was a white belt with red writing, and I'm like, I always wanted a black belt. Like I wanted, everybody wants a black belt.
Yeah.
So I didn't really wear it, and he's like, "Why aren't you wearing your belt?" Because I think he wanted me to wear it, kind of like to support the brand. Number one, it was too small because I have a fat waist. And number two, it was white, and I really want. It's got a little flashy for me, right? So I'm like, I don't really like white. And then he kind of stopped talking to me, and I'm like, I think
it's a little flashy. It's a little flashy for you, really.
What?
Really,
I'm not a flashy person. What are you talking about? Am I a flashy person?
No, I don't know. Are you?
I don't think so. Say what you're gonna say, Ben.
Let's look at your cars.
Well, okay. I like nice cars.
Cars, but that's a little different.
Yeah, that's different. That's not.
Don't get me wrong, guys. I've tagged Cardillo in every Cardillo post I've got, and I've in the hope that maybe one day they go, "Hey, champ, would you like a belt on us?"
I have a nice custom belt too. That's like Iain Valliere, IPB, and I paid for that the same.
I bought my second one because, like, I think he was, like I said, I thought he was offended that I didn't wear the belt. But I wanted a black one, so I just fucking ordered one. I just ordered a.
Cardillo's never even sent Chris a belt.
Oh, I think I feel special.
That's crazy.
No, but I think.
No.
Are you sure?
Maybe I think there was a period of time where he was sending out more belts, and I think I was. Yeah. I think I caught on that train somehow.
You got in there. Yeah, Guy's got a few belts, hasn't he? Guy's got a few belts.
Yeah, Guy's got a few of those. But guys, I think they have a
good up there. They're local as well.
Guy's got the gift of the gab.
Yeah. Anyway, we got a fuckload of questions. Actually, before we go on, I don't know if you guys do this, but any New Year's resolutions?
No.
Nothing?
No,
Nothing? Really?
No.
Like,
no, not really.
To leave behind? Like, I mean, change? Like, I don't know.
I decided I want to be a nicer person.
You're pretty nice, though. You've evolved in your niceness a lot over the last 5 years. I mean, I remember when I met you. I remember when I first came into bodybuilding in 2015, 14 as a pro. Everyone thought Fouad was a fucking asshole,
That's not true.
That's very true.
Well, maybe it is.
You know what? I don't think that's true. I think there was probably a lot of people that did think that, but you know why I know it's not fully true? Because everybody that comes on the podcast now are people that I've had relationships with over the years.
Yeah.
And I don't think they would come on if they thought I was an asshole.
Okay, but you're talking about people they had relationships. I've had relationships since then. I know you, and I've always liked you. So that's you're changing the script here. I'm saying if you ask mass consensus in the bodybuilding world or back then, what people thought of Fouad, they'd be like, he's a good bodybuilder, he's kind of a dick,
Yeah, but you know what? That was
you were like me. You used to get in like fucking social media battles, like you'd get heated. You were like I was, But
I'll tell you what, though, and I've said this before on the podcast. I've said this before on the podcast. That was insecurity masked as arrogance.
Yeah, but I mean,
right?
I'm still saying what would come off to people.
No, I know. Or it was anxiety that looked like arrogance because
this was me.
Yeah, when you have social anxiety, you keep to yourself, and people sometimes take that as, oh, that guy's a fucking dick. He won't talk to nobody.
Yeah.
So
when you did the LA Fit Expo and met Luke for the first time.
Yeah.
Right. So he came back. I wasn't there. He came back and he's like, "Oh, I really like Fouad. He's a dick, but I really like him." Honestly, I promise you, that's what he said. He was like,
I believe it.
You were so blunt about everything. You just like, fuck that guy, fuck this one, fuck that. You just
Someone's got to be that guy.
Yeah. Anyway, that's my New Year's resolution is to continue on my.
You're doing pretty good on that one. Yeah.
My evolution, because I saw when we were doing the live stream, James. You remember we saw Rami kiss Phil Heath on the forehead?
Yeah.
And I said I'm going to start kissing everybody on the forehead. I'm going to pull a Rami because I just think it makes everything nicer.
Yeah,
as long as it's the forehead.
You're Arab too. You can pull that kind of shit off.
Do you know what
I'm not Arab enough, Ian. I'm like
at the fucking athletes meeting. I was sitting there at the athletes meeting, and everyone's spaced out, and they're calling people name by name. And fucking Hottie walked up behind me and same thing, like touched my head and kissed me on the head and walked by me. I was like sitting there, and he was just like came from nowhere. I didn't know who touched me, and he just like walks. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, but those guys are like hard Arabs, right? Like they're from. I'm too like Canadian Arab, so it doesn't count.
Yeah, but you look, you can pull it off.
If you do the switch up, if you have to.
I'd feel like the guy was being condescending. If I had someone come up and kiss me on the forehead, I'd be like,
I know, right?
You're now here.
Anyone that's really met Rami or Hottie would know that is not.
Yeah.
Those guys are like the fucking especially Rami is like legit nicest human you'll ever meet in your life.
That's my New Year. That's my New Year.
He's like, it's like as if you just made his day by even seeing him. He's like, oh my God, Ian, it's so nice to see you. Like
I like that impression.
Yeah. Unless you're a female.
I mean, he was very nice.
No, that's a religious thing, Ben.
Yeah.
He's not supposed
okay,
to be,
but
he's not supposed to be touching. He's not supposed to be touching.
No, but
when he saw Melissa backstage with me, he was saying how she was way too beautiful to be married to me.
No,
man, people misunderstand that shit. That's a respect.
No, okay. You're
pointing out the fact that you can't.
I'm not gonna go and tell stories, but there's certain things backstage that they request and do this and that from the female side of things that is, I consider a bit rude. But
I know, but that's because it's just different cultures, though, right? It's not that they're being rude. They have a.
I'm just saying there's a difference between how they would treat certain.
Yeah,
I don't think they treat women poorly. They just don't associate with women in that regard because it's a cultural thing.
Right. I'm saying it's different. There's still a difference in how they.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is it's not supposed to be rude. It's just we don't intermingle with the other sex because it's partially religious and it's partially cultural. So it's that they're not.
You intermingle.
Well, that's because I'm not religious, but if I was, I wouldn't. But I'm just saying, like, I think people here, because we live in a very co-ed society. I think we misunderstand their point of view. It's not that they don't like women or they're rude to women. They're just like, because of religious reasons or respectful reasons to my own wife, I can't be intermingling with women in bikinis while I'm wearing a thong.
No, that's not what I'm referring to. I'm not going to get into it, but that wasn't. I know what you're saying, and I agree. What I know of isn't that.
I'm sure there's instances where there's some rude shit that's happened. I'm not trying to defend all of it, but I don't know. Anyway, that's my New Year's resolution, to be more like Rami.
Did you guys see? This is off topic. Did you see this whole thing about when Greene was yelling, or Phil Heath was yelling at this guy backstage?
No, what happened?
When it's Coach Kamal or something.
You remember that?
Was it the coach guy? The coach?
There was some guy, like Phil was like backstage and like it was before show, and there was a couple of photographers and he had his pants off and he was like, showing his boots and stuff like that coming from the side. And someone said something. There's been a ton of videos about this. Said something.
It's the one where they said it's Rami's year.
Yeah, they're like, you're never going to win. I see you, Phil. You don't have it. Your stomach's still bad. You're going to lose, blah, blah, blah. And then Phil, like, fucking blew up.
Yeah. It was Coach. He's called Coach something. He's a friend of someone's.
Why was this guy?
Coach.
And the guy was allowed. The guy was allowed backstage because he's a coach.
He recorded it as well. He was recording saying stuff to Phil.
You've been to the Olympia. You've been to the Olympia, Fouad, in Vegas, and it's like to get backstage is difficult.
Yeah.
So it's like hallways and people at the doors, and this was not like that. I mean,
you could just walk back.
Oh my God! Yeah. I had Melissa, Courtney, my family, everyone was just back there. Like it was to the side of the stage, and people could just walk back.
See, that's the shit I don't like about bodybuilding. Those are the type of people I don't like that are involved in bodybuilding. Because
do you know what happened, Fouad? Phil's wife put up a post actually about it and deleted it. She said she's going to delete it because she doesn't want to be distasteful, but she put up a post explaining what had happened backstage, and I saw it, and it was basically that this guy was recording Phil, like say doing some posing, and just basically saying, "You're shit. You're not going to win." Rami is. Yeah, it was really rude.
Why the fuck? Why would somebody like? Why would a 7-time Mr. Olympia, nonetheless, have to deal with some fucking heckler?
Shouldn't have to. Exactly. That's what he said.
Well, he's trying. Like, this is bullshit.
I was sitting back there pumping up, and I kind of saw commotion. Melissa, you actually saw it, right? Yeah. They didn't know what was happening, but she saw Phil and them like get pretty agitated, and it was kind of like a big commotion back there, and like Phil yelling and people moving around. I was just like kind of in my own world, and Melissa's like, "Did you see that?" I was like, "Oh, I don't know what the fuck happened," but crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like bodybuilders need to stick together when that kind of shit happens.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because we're all competitive, but that nobody deserves that shit. No, and I don't think anybody wishes bad for Phil. It's just whatever. We talk about it objectively. His waist looks like this, his muscles look like this.
Yeah, and he's about to get on stage and we're standing there recording him saying, "Oi."
This guy's purposely making a video to incite some kind of shit, and it's response.
Negative response.
Yeah, that's too bad, man. That's too bad. Okay, we got a ton of questions. Let's get to some. What sport would be the funniest to add mandatory amount of alcohol to? I don't really get the question. You guys get the question?
So basically, you have to have alcohol before you perform. So what one would be funny to see?
Before you could do it.
Ice hockey.
Figure skating or hockey, yeah.
I think somebody answered it. That's what they answered.
I think just British football, like English football.
Rugby?
They're going to kick the ball in their foot. Just
be like the same, just like a little slop.
I think some of them might already be there.
Yeah, I was going to say,
This is a good one. Out of everyone who has ever been on the channel, rank them in an Olympia lineup.
Oh, okay.
You've had Jay Cutler.
Who's the best bodybuilder you've had on the show?
Jay's
Jay,
first. Mate. Yeah. Jay's king.
Jay's first. Brandon second.
Yeah, Brandon's. Yep.
I haven't had Dexter. I haven't had Roden.
Branch. You've had Branch.
Branch. Yeah, Branch was second at the Olympia one year.
Okay, so Brandon or Branch then?
Branch beats Brandon.
Yeah, I think so. I think top Branch.
Well, wins. James has to say that because James is Branch 2.0.
Yeah.
So, no, does Branch beat Brandon? Does the best? So. Does the best Branch?
Best Brandon versus best Branch. Yeah,
I think.
I'd say that second place Olympia Branch beats Brandon. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. So Jay, then Branch, then Brandon. I haven't had Roden or Dexter, Rolly, Rami, Cedric probably be after that. Evans up there.
But can Cedric now beat bodybuilders like Ian?
No, now. but we just said best Branch.
Jay wouldn't beat.
Yeah, Ian right now. Jay wouldn't beat Ian.
No. But Cedric's still competing, so that's why I was.
No, I know, but I thought we were taking like.
We'll take all time best.
Yeah, we'll take all time best.
Okay.
We'll take.
He's
Arnold.
won an Arnold. He's won an Arnold. Yeah, he's won an Arnold. So.
Yeah, Cedric. I don't know. Everybody's been on, so whatever. I don't know. I mean, except for
people.
Like I said, Roden, Dexter, Rolly, Rami haven't been on. Hottie hasn't been on. I'd love to get Rami on. I've asked Rami a couple times. What's that?
What about older guys, like the more like J level guys that are retired? Have you?
The only older guy I had, I think, so far, like 90s guy or somebody I would consider a 90s guy, even though he competed in 2000s, was Dennis James.
Okay,
well, Kevin on.
Yeah, I'm third 1 year.
What'd you say?
You haven't had Kevin on, right?
Livroni?
Yeah.
No. I haven't had.
You think all-time best Dennis is better than all-time best Branch?
I don't know. Dennis.
I don't think so. I don't think so. He was good in 2003, yeah, but I don't think he's better than Branch.
Instagram Dennis wins. Instagram Dennis
wins by far. Dennis with a vest on wins.
You know what though? There's some pictures. There's some video of Dennis from like the late 90s where he's really, really incredible.
Yeah,
I liked him at NABBA when he done NABBA.
That was like his first few shows. Yeah.
Shredded. Looked great.
I don't know. That's a tough one. Dennis James or Branch Warren?
I think Branch.
2003, Dennis James was awesome.
Yeah.
I think 09 Branch beats 2003 Dennis.
09 Branch is hard to beat. He's fucking hard as fuck. Like super shredded.
Dennis is going to have a little nicer shape, but yeah, it's going to be fucking just peeled.
It's the ruggedness, isn't it? It's the rugged look.
Yeah. What would Reagan be like today if he would have stayed in Kuwait? Would he already be top tier bodybuilder?
I don't think it makes that much of a difference, if I'm honest.
Yeah. I think he would be bigger now.
He'd be bigger. He wouldn't be a top 10 guy yet, I don't think.
You don't think Regan with another 10 pounds of muscle would have been in that top 10?
No. Depends what it does to his physique, doesn't it? Depends whether the physique stays good or looks different.
I think there's more issues than just muscle with Regan. I think he hasn't yet to hit his
maturity for me.
Spot on. He always kind of has like a little watery glazed look. I think that is more detrimental at an Olympia level as well than just the muscle, Because I mean, someone like Lucas has like a fucking, let's be serious, a pretty shit physique, but he comes in peeled out of his mind, and he's placed 8th at the Olympia last year.
You're the fucking. I swear, the way you talk to me sometimes.
No, but you can see what he's saying. He just doesn't. He doesn't filter it. So he's basically said genetically. If you look at the structure of that Lucas,
listen. I understand 100% what he said. It's just the way you say things sometimes. I'm like, it's so crazy. What would you do differently if you had to start all over again? We've answered these a million times.
That one's such a fucking. That's the most. Listen, that question is the one that I fucking hate most.
Do you really?
Yeah, that one's the one I'm like.
I wouldn't have done. I like my career. I'm happy with what I did.
Exactly, man. We're all in a good spot.
Would you rather be Arnold his whole life or Ronnie Coleman for 3 years in his prime?
Arnold
his whole life, or Ronnie is 3 years in his prime? Arnold.
Yeah, Arnold. Right.
Arnold's lived a good life.
Yeah.
Ben Arnold.
He's had some mishaps in his later, family life, but I mean, overall, he's had a pretty sick life, I guess. Yeah.
He's smoked a lot of cigars.
Yeah.
Where would James have placed at the top at the Olympia if he brought the Spain package to the show?
Ooh.
The Spain package. I don't think Spain package was the best package. I think I was a bit better in England. So that's a shame that he's.
I would agree with you.
I I spoke to Patrick on the phone like 3 or 4 days ago. He said you were better 3 days before the British.
Oh, probably.
Or like a day or two. He was saying that actually you were better a few days before, so now he can have you better again.
There was one day where I did for some reason everything was so fucking jacked. It was about 3 days before, and I looked at the picture and I was like, that's just retarded. But then I just didn't keep that size.
Okay, we're going to leave that one alone because you guys are probably going to compete next year together anyway. So we'll find out.
Yeah, I think I would have been like in that same call out as Ian and Hunter and that.
I think
I had the three of you.
I think it would have been
the three Caucasians.
I think it would have been I think it would have been more Akeem, James, Ian being compared.
I agree.
Yeah,
I think that would have been pushed down on that one.
Yeah.
I think Hunter lacked what me and Ian have, which is the try and look
conditioning. And I think
then he's back
as that round freaky fucking crazy.
Yeah.
If Hunter can bring up his back and his conditioning a little this year, then I think he'll be the four of you.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I actually throw Sergio in that mix too.
I'd like to see Sergio in there.
Yeah, I'd like to see what Sergio would kind of throw a wrench in all of it though, because it's weird. It's like Akeem, James, and Ian all have very heavily muscled, rough, rugged physiques. Hunter is more of a pleasing lines kind of physique.
So
Sergio is also, but he's different because he's almost like
he's the
bridge between the two.
Yeah,
person is also a lot bigger structurally.
He's huge.
I know.
Sergio I saw him at the Arnold, and I was like, wow, he's a big lad.
Yeah. Like I kind of thought he would be like a Hunter size, like a 5'9", moderately broad shoulder. When you see him, he's like 5'11", 6 foot, wide in the shoulders. He's a fucking big dude, man.
Yeah.
That's why it doesn't surprise me when he says he's 270 on stage. He's definitely 270.
Yeah.
Before I met him, when he would say that, I thought it was like one of those like, oh, you're 270, yeah, blah blah, And then when I saw him first time in person, not competing,
okay,
I fucking believe everything this guy said now.
Yeah. I remember
big old structure
at the Arnold Columbus. We did a little expo thing together at one of the stores there.
Yeah.
And I wasn't training at the time or on anything, so I know I was smaller, but it didn't matter. I walked in and I saw Sergio, and he fucking looked like a barn door. Like it was just shoulder to shoulder was like insane.
The height as well. It's the height as well.
And he's like 6 foot. Yeah.
He terrified me at the Olympia because I was walking in the arena. I was walking back, and he jumped up because he was in the aisle. So he stood up in front of me. He had like this real fluorescent pink shirt on, and he just stood up in front of me like this. I'm like, "What the fuck? Who are you?" And then I recognized it was him. He's wide, like fucking shoulders. He's
almost like a Cuplo frame,
Yeah.
But that's why I think what Ben said it makes sense. Is it's kind of the bridge between the two.
Yeah,
because he's heavily muscled, but still has nice lines.
Yeah.
So it would be. Yeah,
and if he improves some of the areas that are weaker, then he'll be even fucking.
Yeah, he's going to be tough for you guys. He's going to challenge you guys for sure.
He will. I'm just grabbing a drink. I'll be right back.
Let's see. Where do you think Flex Lewis would have placed at this year's Olympia? These are all the kind of the same thing. Where do you guys think Flex would have placed?
I think he would have been kind of right there in the third, fourth with Hottie.
Fourth. Yeah. I'd say fourth.
What?
Read it.
It's not even worth reading. It says fuck a bear or have a snake bite your dick.
What? Fight a bear, have a snake bite your dick?
Fuck a bear or have a snake bite your dick.
Fuck the bear.
Yeah, I'd fuck.
Yeah, why the fuck would I?
That's fucked up, but I guess yeah, sure.
A
female bear?
That's a win-win then.
That makes it even better, yeah. I gotta ask you. I thought this was a silly question, but I'm gonna ask it because it's got 59 likes. So, would you rather be a CrossFitter or every time you nut you lose a pound of muscle?
Oh shit!
We had this last time. I swear.
I thought we've had this one before too.
We did it.
Rather be a CrossFitter every time you nut you lose a full pound of muscle.
Yeah, man.
Fuck! I'd rather be a CrossFitter, I guess.
Well, because then you never have sex again. You'll end up being like
a CrossFitter. I'm losing 100 pounds of muscle right off the hop right there. So that's 100 nuts. That's like 6 months worth of nuts,
Yeah. Well, you're not gonna lose 100 pounds of muscle. You lose 50 pounds of muscle. What's a CrossFitter weigh? 220?
I guess. Yeah. My height is 220. Yeah.
And you can still take a ton of juice. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I'll do that. That might be fine, anyways.
I would be the CrossFitter because then I could just switch back to bodybuilding and put all the muscle back on.
Yeah, I'd do that.
Yeah, there you go. Would you rather eat a bikini girl's diet for a year or switch to men's physique? You would end up in men's physique if you ate a bikini girl's diet for a year.
That's where I'd be.
Same thing.
Do you guys watch? Oh, that's for James. Can you build a physique and powerlifting style training? And of course, the diet and sleep must be on point. Can you build a bodybuilding physique training like a powerlifter?
To a point, but they all end up having some kind of weird imbalances once they die down. Like they'll always be kind of like internally rotated. There's always some like weird things when powerlifters switch over.
Yeah, I go back to what Luke used to say, which is he did push-pull legs, which is not powerlifting style, but I feel like he said he had to add an arm day and he had to start doing some other things to round out his physique.
We had to do shoulders as well.
Yeah, right. So
some specific shoulder work and specific.
They're always lacking shoulders, arms, like stuff like that. They usually like have really developed quads, but a kind of underdeveloped hamstrings, even though their glutes will be developed. Like there's some kind of weird things like that.
Yeah.
They'll have, and the one thing I think powerlifting, a lot of powerlifter guys too have, is they have like overdeveloped, like CrossFitters, like overdeveloped cores, you know?
Yeah.
Rectors, obliques, like stuff like that. I think they get overdeveloped, which takes
a lot of their muscle is very linear. It's very like this way.
Yeah.
Favorite English saying or phrase you've adopted from Luke? What's your favorite English saying from being on the show, Ian?
Fuck, I don't know.
Mine's taking a piss.
Taking a piss is good.
No, taking the piss.
Oh, it's taking the piss.
Yeah.
I ruined it already.
Yeah, are you taking the piss? You can't say you're taking a piss. That means literally I'm going to the pissing.
Yeah. So adding the
piss means you're making fun of, or are you joking? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. All right. Yeah, okay. That's probably my favorite.
Well, what's your favorite American saying then, Ben?
I don't have a favorite American saying. They're all fucking retarded. No, I'm going to joke. Fuck. Relax. My favorite American saying, I don't
really. We're gonna have Kai Greene fans and Americans all over.
Oh, they're all gonna hate you guys. I didn't say anything. I'm the new Rami. I'm pulling the nice card from now on.
Nice guy here.
What are some American sayings?
I don't know. The one that my wife and her family say is fixing. They use fixing for everything. Like, I say, are you getting ready? I'm fixing to get ready. I'm
fixing to get ready. I got a friend that says that.
What does that mean? I don't know what it means. You're adding a word that has no use.
James, what's your favorite American saying?
What do they say?
The question was originally, what is our favorite British saying from Luke or from you guys?
I like that you guys use the word cunt all the time.
I always use the word cunt.
I like to use
it. Call of Duty.
We do it all the time here. Me and my friends do it all the time, but I don't do it publicly because it's so frowned upon here.
Yeah,
it sounds different in an American accent still, though.
Yeah.
It just doesn't sound
sharper. It's much sharper. Yeah.
We go and buy a newspaper and we go, cheers, cunt. You know what I mean? Like, so. Wait, there's something that you say in America that's like backwards, like the way you say, I can't fucking remember what it is. It's so annoying that I can't remember because I like it. Flex Lewis does it all the time because he's been there for so long. He keeps saying something. I'll try and think of it and then come back.
All right, when you think of it.
It's a weird thing, but it's good.
Considering you have pretty good genetics at 25. Considering you have pretty good genetics, is 25 too old to start using gear if you want to be a pro by 30?
No.
I don't think you can, like.
These things are so impossible to gauge, man.
It's weird to say I want to be a pro by 30 if I start at 25 because not everybody can be a pro in 5 years. Like that's relatively fast. Like it took me.
But look at Keown.
Yeah.
Keown did his first show in 6 months of training, then turned pro 2 months after that, and then
that's my point though. Like it took me 7 years to get my pro card, even though I won my first nationals at 5 years, but still like,
it took from the first show I ever did till turning pro. It took me 4 years, but I also didn't compete. I competed as a junior for the first 3 years.
Yeah.
I won junior nationals. I didn't even do, once I started competing in the open stream, I just did overall pro.
Did you get but you got your pro card? Didn't you get your pro card at the Caribbean or something like that, Ian?
I won it at an amateur Olympia.
Oh, okay. That's a big deal.
But James took a good number of years, right?
I mean,
oh yeah.
How many years did you take, James?
So I suppose if my first open show was 2013, so it took from 13 to 7. But then my first shows were 2008. But that's juniors as well. So yeah, my open adult shows were from 2013 onwards. So
how many years did it take you from the time you started bodybuilding to the time you got your pro card?
08 to 17, so 9 years.
Yeah. See, I started when I was 20. I remember the exact day, and then I got my pro card when I was 27.
Bumstead turned pro in like 18 months from bodybuilding.
What's that?
Chris turned pro in like 18 months.
in the open as well, right?
Yeah,
super.
Yeah,
open class. Yeah,
less than a year.
I did.
Well, you did your first show in 2014. You turned pro in 2015 earlier. Chris did 2016, 2014. Melissa turned pro in like 11 months.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, the point is, it's hard to say if you're going to turn pro in 5 years or 10 years or fucking 2 years. Nobody can tell. But 25 is not too old to start.
No, I think that's the main aspect.
The main part of it. Yeah. Let's see. Would you rather have 2 eyes that look perfect, but you are completely blind, or have 2 eyes that look exactly like bum holes, but you have perfect vision?
Perfect vision.
But you can't.
I'll wear sunglasses.
It says you can't cover them up or cheat.
Yeah, I'd still take it. I wouldn't want to be blind.
Yeah. But you'd actually have an asshole for eyes.
Yeah.
Maybe you can see.
Whatever.
I can see it now. Like I can really see it. I was visualizing it.
Especially with the sport that we choose to do, it's kind of important for the visual.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
but
imagine you'll never get any magazine contracts or like a magazine photo shoots or like
you might get more. You might get more because you might be like, look at this fucking weirdo.
Yeah, this is the ultimate.
Nobody will want to follow you on Instagram. Like, this guy's got assholes for eyes.
That's not true. Some of the,
or is it like we're just swapping it right now? Am I already married to Melissa? Like, or am I going to be like fucked my whole life now?
No, you have to start that way. So Melissa would never marry you because you'd have an asshole for eyes.
Yeah. You'd never marry me if I had buttholes for eyes, eh?
They don't smell though. They don't smell, right?
No, they don't smell. They're just
like defecate.
It's a clean butthole. There's no ass.
Fine then. You put a little bleach on it, make it white, and you're fine.
Yeah, it'd be fine.
I'm pretty sure if you did pull your eyeballs out, they'd look like assholes anyway.
Yeah.
no, they wouldn't. It would just be a hole there. But looking at assholes means it's an actual balloon knot.
Sphincter, yeah.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah. Depends what your asshole looks like.
If your asshole looks like just a hole, then you got a problem, brother.
I've got a hole, bro. It's a gate. Shit just falls out of
it. If someone comes from the future and tells you to inject your kid with testosterone straight out of your mother's womb, but they will win an Olympia by the time they're 22 years old and be the greatest bodybuilder of all time, would you do it?
No.
Wait there a second, baby. Give me the baby.
No, man.
Oh, actually, give me the baby. Actually, give me the baby because I'm just going to interject with some baby cuteness.
Oh my God.
Oh God, Dad.
Look at that.
Because it snowed last night, so he's going out as a reindeer.
How did you make that? That's way better looking than you are.
We're not sure he's mine, but still, zoomies.
I'm terrified. I'm terrified by children.
You know what? Now that you brought this up, that's a good question. So
you're terrified by children, James?
Yeah.
Why?
I'm just terrified because I'm so selfish.
Yeah.
Oh, that way. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, if I get her up the duff, I'm well upset.
Catch.
I'll be like, no.
So listen, I got a serious question because it came up on another podcast. What would you guys do? Well, Ben, you can actually answer this now since you have a child. If your child wants to bodybuild, what do you do?
I had this exact conversation with my sister this morning, and we've had this conversation.
Yeah.
If he wants to go that route, there is no better people for. I want to. We can. Yeah, I want to know about it. I want to be involved in it. I want to
be his coach. Will you coach him?
Maybe not that involved, but certainly I would want to be involved and communicate. Yeah, because let me look at Hunter and Lee. And I know Lee didn't want that for Hunter, but now he's in it.
Yeah,
it's very involved, and I think it's a great thing.
Ian, what do you think? Same thing.
Exactly. I mean, I wouldn't want to ever tell my kid like, don't do this or you can't do this or kind of thing. Obviously if I had my say in it, like it obviously wouldn't be what I prefer them to do.
Yeah.
Like staying with Lee. I mean, obviously we all bodybuild, we know what it does to, to your health long-term potentially and stuff like this. And scary, but so obviously one wouldn't want to wish that on your child, but if that's the route they choose to take, like Ben said, I mean, obviously I would want to be involved and, as much as I could and make sure that, they're doing things the safest of their ability. And, but obviously it's something I love as well. So I'd want to kind of, take a role in there as well.
James?
I'm very much on the same premises.
Same page?
Yeah.
I always, and maybe I'm just being the shit disturber here, but I was like, when we were asked about it before, I said, I think I would do everything in my power to steer my kid a different way. I think because when I look at Hunter, I look at Sergio, and I look at, when I look at Chad Nichols with his kid in the gym, like they're benching and shit together, I'm like, that's really awesome. Like, I would love to be able to do that with my kid. But then at the same time, I thought to myself, to me, the point of having kids is that your kids are better than you are and don't have the same struggles you have. So I thought
you're there to guide them away from, and that's why we would take that integral role in trying to help them.
No, but I think there's struggles in bodybuilding that are unavoidable. So I'm saying, like, I would try and direct them. I think I'm on the same page as you guys, really. I would try and direct them a different way, but if they were stuck on it, I wouldn't like shun them from the family. I would be on board with them. Yeah.
Oh, they might be better than you. They might place better than you did, and then
maybe they'd be a first-year bodybuilder.
No, what'd you say?
I said maybe they'd be a first-year bodybuilder.
That I don't want that. See, I don't want anybody to top me in my own family. No, I don't mean you want your kids to be better than you at my.
No, but well-being and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my intention. Like,
that's what I mean. I want the same thing. So, which means if I'm involved in the process, he doesn't make them stupid mistakes that we learn when I'm 19, 20, 21.
Well, what I'm asking you, Ben, is let's say you can kind of steer him in a different way. Do you try and do that, or are you trying to purposely steer him into it?
I'm not doing either. I'm trying to and I put this on a post because someone said, what's the biggest advice you can give him is he can do anything he wants. I want him to have the self-belief because I don't have self-belief, right? It's something I really struggle with. So if I want anything for him in the world, it's to have the confidence and self-belief that whatever pulls his interest, whatever his heart is drawn to, you can do that and you can get to the top if you want to.
You know what? Could I go a little bit different way? You just said you don't have self-belief. I find that very interesting because I don't know how Ian feels and I don't know how James feels. But like, how do you got Ian, you must have some self-belief because you challenge yourself to be at the Olympia level, but are you the same way Ben is?
I mean, if you ask Melissa, she would say very much so. Yeah, I'm sure.
Right. James, what about you?
I have my moments, mate. It depends if I'm on cycle or not. If I'm on cycle, I'm fucking I'm the best. I'm like, bring it. And then right now with 1.1 testosterone, I'm like, oh. Well,
hey, this is why I brought it up, and I actually bring it up more for people listening than for us. I think people think that we have it all figured out, and I find it really interesting that Ben is so successful. I don't know, he has 100-something clients, turning people away, fucking contracts with a major supplement company. Ian's 7th at the fucking Olympia. James has crushed 2 shows on his way to the Olympia. I think all of us are doing what we want to do, and we're relatively successful at them, but all of us think we're shit in some ways or another.
But I think that's the driving force.
Yeah,
you want to.
I know that.
The minute you think you're the shit, you stop putting the effort.
Yeah, which we know.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is it's funny because I think people generally feel that way, but they don't think that people that have made it feel that way.
I agree.
Yeah, they think there's something different between you and them, and there's not. They
think when they get to us that they would be satisfied, that they would think they're good enough, but it's always evolving. It's not.
But it's weird. I guess what I'm saying though is not even that you're satisfied with what you have. I'm talking about belief. Even in a situation where Ben is successful, he still doesn't fully believe in himself. Even in a situation where my supplement company is fucking killing it, I'm like, something's not right. Yeah. I'm not. It's like you think it's fake almost. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, it's very strange, and I guess it's just more for other people to realize that they probably feel that way. I think the difference is some people allow it to
consume them.
Yeah, it allows them to kind of crumble them, and other people kind of push through it.
Yeah, you can either give up, or you can give up, or you can try and beat it, right?
Do you know what? Do you know what's sad? Are we all hoping for a day that we don't feel that way? Because I am.
I'm waiting for that day.
Yeah, I feel like that's what we're trying to work towards, is a day where we don't feel that way about ourselves.
I imagine
where we can let go and just live in the moment and enjoy what is.
I imagine part of that relief that you felt, Ian, after getting that 7th was a little bit of that.
I agree. Yeah. That was that feeling, the most of that feeling I've ever had. Yes.
But it's weird because
we fight for the moments.
But it's weird though, Ian, because probably like a few weeks later, a month later, you're back to feeling like you're not good enough.
Yeah. It's like, you know, Ian, you were saying you went to Mexico and you had that time where you were like, I don't care if I eat 3 meals or 15 meals. Sometimes I'm like, I wish I could let go.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could just not.
For me, yeah.
I don't look at a plate of food and I'm not analyzing it, or I'm not going, well, tomorrow I'll make up for it, or next week. There's always some compromise or negotiation going on in my head, right? Mm-hmm. And that's the bit that eats me. I'm like,
James, what do you think it's going to take? Listen, I get. Honestly, I can't count the DMs. People saying the podcast makes me feel this way. It's helped my life. Like, I know what I'm doing is good, but it still feels like it sucks.
The problem is we're still amongst what we're trying to achieve. We're still in something we're trying to achieve. So, you know, you can't let go, because right now the pressure's on. And with that pressure in place, you're never going to be able to let go.
But why can't you believe in yourself while you're trying to climb? Why do you always have to...
I don't know, because we chase feelings. It's all emotion based, isn't it? Because like Ian just said there, he only felt right after the success for a moment, and then everything just levels out again, and you're going from square one. I think it's a chemical thing, a chemical in the balance in the body that we have a natural instinct to pursue and to feel a little bit that way. I don't think we are in control of that. I don't think we are in control of that.
But you're saying you're chasing that, you know, one day we'll get there. Do you think you ever get there? Because what's your goal right now? Maybe win the...
No, you won't ever get there, but you'll have along the way. That's what I'm wondering. That's what the conversation. I feel like every so often you'll hit something on them. You'll do something that makes you feel a certain way for a period of time, and then it's reset, go again. And is that life in itself? I mean, does it ever come a time?
I'm sure Melissa and I can both speak to this. I mean, being with Chris has won 2 Olympias now. He's probably one of the highest paid athletes in this sport right now. He's probably the most popular guy, and I guarantee you he still has that feeling the same as us, you know?
Yeah.
Wait, not the feeling that he hasn't done enough, but the feeling, does he believe in himself?
I mean, he has times, you know, he has times, just like James said. I mean, there's moments like that. There's moments where there is a lot of, you know, not self-belief and self-doubt. I mean, it doesn't be like, I've won the Olympia, I can fucking conquer anything, you know?
Yeah.
It's not like that, you know?
Yeah.
We don't live in a world that allows us. The problem is because of how the world is. We're looking outside at everything happening and comparing, and always we're in a rat race.
Do you think,
if you lived an isolated life and none of this was penetrating your barrier, you could probably quite easily let go, because you would be oblivious. It's because we're not oblivious.
What are we not oblivious to? What do I need to be oblivious to?
To everything. To everything. This is so congested. Everything. Because one thing will make you feel a certain way, then you look at something else and we're just under all these emotions that are being tacked on by everything in the world. You know, you might have a day, you have the odd good day where you kind of avoid things, but it's just, you can't avoid things forever because of the world we live in, because it's impossible.
Do you think Jay believes in himself, or do you think he feels like us?
Probably similar to us, I would imagine. Yeah. I think it depends. It's the ratio of time you spend in that zone. So maybe Jay
So it's a spectrum.
Yeah, I think so. And I don't think it's a spectrum. I think it's how long and how much of your time is in that zone. Because it's like mindset. You have days where you feel bad for like half the day, and then you're able to switch it around. Some people will only feel bad for 10 minutes and the rest of the day is perfect. And that's a skill in itself, perhaps. Maybe it's that. Maybe Jay's only ever had those negative feelings for moments, where some of us spend more time in them.
You know what's helped me with that? Branch. Just hearing Branch say it. So I had Branch on the podcast, and Branch was like, I don't forget what we were talking about. He said, we're talking about his business, right? Because the wicked cuts. Yeah. And he said, all I do is focus on what I'm doing and staying in my fucking lane.
Yeah.
And every time I get that like disbelief in myself or start to feel negative in some way, I just go, wait a minute, just do what you're doing. Yeah. And it helps me actually reset, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think that's what James is saying, is there's too many comparisons, because you're aware of what another supplement company is doing and how well they're doing, how well this person's doing.
If you were in a vacuum and there was no comparisons like that, it would be a lot easier to stay the course.
Yeah. You could be like,
So is that what we're all doing all the time? Is that why we're fucked?
Yes. We don't mean to. It's subconscious.
I mean, the world,
you can't help it.
Media has certainly made that more difficult. I mean, I'm sure if you ask guys back from 1995 that were competing and stuff, I bet that or even top athletes of any sort back then, or and anyone that was relatively successful in what they did, I'm sure their opinion would be probably a little different than ours now in this world we live in now.
Yeah, less information is almost better in some ways.
Yeah.
Well, it's the ignorance is bliss.
Ignorance is bliss. That's right.
Exactly.
Interesting. Okay. I don't know how we got there, but we got there from having buttholes for eyes.
We did. Isn't that weird?
How did we even get there? Yeah.
Oh no, we didn't. We got there. That was the if you want to inject your kid with steroids. Okay.
Okay. We got there for still a weird one. We got there.
All right. Let's rank these in order, from worst to most tolerable. The old guy that we've done this before. We'll do it again anyway.
Okay.
The old guy that supersets with 11 machines. Chick that sits on a machine while texting. I have 18 sets left guy. The guy that can only have a conversation if they're screaming across the gym at each other. The person that uses 5 sets of dumbbells at once, and the guy that slams the weight stack after the last pull downs or tricep push downs.
Yeah.
I can't say anything about the guy that slams the weight stack because I've done that numerous times.
The 18 sets guy is my least favorite.
I hate that guy too.
That nigga texting would piss me off.
The texting girl or guy bothers me the most, I think. Yeah.
But see, those people you can go out and be like, hey, like, can
Get
I
the
work
fuck off the
can I work in or whatever? And they usually be like, oh yeah, shit, sorry, like I'm fucking on my phone. Where the 18 sets guy is the guy you go up to and be like, hey, can I work in with you? He's like, no, I'm gonna be a while.
Yeah.
Then you're like,
that's why you need Janica's approach. You remember what she said?
Yeah, she just
walks up, goes, I'm joining you.
She just jumps in, doesn't ask.
She just walks up to them. She says, how many sets you got? They say 5. She says, I'm joining in.
Joining you.
Like dead stare. And that's it. And she just jumps in between her sets. And they don't say nothing.
That's good.
Right.
What has 2020 taught you? I can go first. I can say we launched our company the same month the pandemic hit and everybody had all the gyms closed down. So 2020's taught me that there's always a way to
You're resilient.
Yeah, there's always a way to get things done, no matter how shit of the situation.
Yeah.
So
I'll say this, and I don't want to go too deep, but don't take anything for granted. Make the most of everything that's in front of you, the people are around you.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah,
I would say it kind of spends off both of those because, like you say, there's massive losses, but you still need to make sure that you give to yourself and your own life and don't falter because you have to keep going because that's what people would want for you. So you have to just make sure no matter what the situation, you keep working hard and make sure you keep yourself healthy and mentally, in tune, regardless of what happens, because obviously it's no good to just give up.
Good for anybody if you just give up.
Yeah.
Is the bodybuilding and bollocks crew ever going to have a training session together? Well, me and Ian live in the same province, and once James comes over from Canada and Ben gets his papers, then we can all come here, or we can all just go to the States.
I'm just waiting for COVID to piss off. I can't go. I just want to go wherever. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Hey, you're proper fucking locked down.
He looks ready. He's got the tank top on. He's fucking ready right now.
I'm in my training gear now.
Should we do a Zoom? Should we do a Zoom training session?
I'm not fucking training with you guys, man. You guys all bench, deadlift, and squat way more than I do.
That's irrelevant.
No, because then you'll have to change 10 fucking plates every time I do anything.
I train with Melissa all the time. It's still some of the best workouts I have. It's fucking irrelevant.
It's only about effort.
It's effort that matters.
It's effort and intensity that matters. And we push that onto each other. The weight is secondary. It means
listen to what we've become now. A for effort. Fouad's the A for effort guy. Fuck you guys.
Good job.
Kid. Yeah.
Pat the old guy on the back.
We did say the next big show that we were gonna go and travel together and all get I think we should get an Airbnb together and just go fuck it.
You know what? Somebody commented on I don't know somewhere they commented. They said, wouldn't it be awesome if I did Toronto? Because Ian, you said you were gonna do Toronto.
I'm gonna do Toronto. That's August, yeah.
And then they said, wouldn't it be cool if all the guys got together and did Toronto as a send off for me? I was like, that'd be pretty cool if James came and
I might do Toronto.
And Ian, I think because Nick Walker said he might do it.
Well, fuck you guys.
No, but you can come.
Yeah, I'll come watch. I'll go. I'll be the video guy.
Ben, I'll watch with you. I'll watch.
Yeah, sure. You guys will
I'll bring the towels. Well done, guys.
Ben, I'm a watch review because I'm trying to protect my stock, as they say.
Yeah.
You know
that's right. You're not going to compete. That's right.
Man. Because if I go to a show and I fuck it, I'm like, oh.
Imagine, what would happen if you're right now? Your stock is here.
Fucking hell, Jesus Christ! I'm shit.
You have to find another show and win another show to get.
I know exactly because I know what we like, so we couldn't do that.
Yeah.
All right. So James and I will sit in the crowd and be cheerleaders.
The thing is, isn't it true though? A bad place in Olympia is still the Olympia, so it's all good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So my next show is safe.
Not to normal people though.
Not to normal people. They don't get it the same.
If you're outside the top 10, you suck.
Yeah. They don't get it.
They're like, because if Reagan goes up to somebody right now and the guy wants to talk shit to him,
they're just saying, you can't.
They'd be like, dude, you were last at the Olympia. You're shit.
Yeah. Don't ask Ian's opinion though, because he will say he's shit.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he's fucking terrible. Fucking shit from the front, shit from the back.
No fucking arms.
The only defense Ian has is he's as hard on himself as he is on everybody else. So
wait, okay. And I want to go back because before I get shit on with all the Kai fans, the Oz little fans, or the Regan fans, all these guys have world-class physiques. Yeah. I'm looking at this at the scope of like, if I'm a judge and I'm putting these guys in a fucking microscope, to overanalyze, super analyze every little thing, obviously I choose my words to be comical, when I'm like overly harsh and say these things, that's a persona and I'm just trying to be, So for people like this, I'm not just a fucking like, asshole that thinks everyone fucking sucks. I'm the best bodybuilder. And like Fouad said, I'm just as hard, if not much harder on myself. Yeah. So this is just, it's all in fun. I'm just giving my over analytical point of view on
Ian is me 10 years ago.
Yeah.
That's
it.
Young.
Which bodybuilder would you like to switch bodies with that you can be just for that one day only? We already did this one. Ronnie Coleman.
Well, okay, wait.
2001.
A younger Ronnie Coleman though, because older Ronnie Coleman, I bet his body felt like fucking shit.
Yeah, I'm talking like 98 Ronnie Coleman.
98, yeah, where he still probably felt pretty fresh in the joints, and probably wasn't.
I can't imagine
pounds for 20 years.
I can't imagine how it would feel to have such like wide shoulders and long arms. Yeah. I could reach the top cupboard.
I don't know, but
I would use Ronnie's long arms.
You're taller than Fouad and I. How tall are you?
I'm 5'11".
Yeah, you're not even
5'9".
Yeah, well, I'm 5'10", so I'm taller than Fouad.
I'm the shortest guy here. You know what though? Maybe I'll go a different way. It would be cool to be a freak. Like it'd be cool to be like Greg Kovacs, like Greg Kovacs for a day. Yeah, just a massive.
Did Greg pass away?
Yeah.
What if you go into the body for a day and that's the day that he passed away?
Oh, dude, you're so English. Only
shit. I chose the wrong fucking day.
Oh my god!
I'm just saying it because that's what I'm saying.
That's the day. That's the day. Fouad takes that day. He's like, I'm Greg. I'm gonna fucking eat McDonald's all day.
Gets to the front door. Oh no,
dude, that's only an English guy would use that humor.
I don't think that was that dark.
That's dark. That's dark.
I thought that was quite. No, I thought that was actually quite a thing that had to be brought up because you need to choose someone sensibly.
Listen,
but who's still, do you know what I mean? Coleman's still here.
What if the day you picked Ronnie Coleman was the day he had 12 back surgeries?
Fuck. Then I'd be like, shit, I lost the lottery. I chose the wrong day.
Surgeries. What if when you had to pick the day, it was like they were just spinning a wheel and you didn't know what day you were going to get out of that guy's life.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You don't.
Prime Jay Cutler anytime.
Yeah, I can take Jay Cutler anytime.
Yeah, because even the worst day in Jay Cutler's body is still a pretty good day.
Exactly. You know what I was thinking about the other day? I was like, nobody gives Lee Labrada the same type of props that they give Jay Cutler.
Oh man, when you see Lee Labrada, he looks fucking awesome.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you see a guy had an amazing bodybuilding career, has a massive company. Yeah. It still looks great, talks well, still has all his hair, like
full head of hair, looks great. Yeah. Well, the first time I ever met him after Tampa, I said that to Melissa. I'm like, yo, this guy looks, if I look half this good at 55, I'll be the happiest fuck.
You already look 55.
We met him in Cali, didn't we, Ben? We met him in Cali first time.
I look like I'd be his brother.
Yeah, I have breakfast with him in Orlando. You know what? He's the most charismatic person ever as well. He's like super. It's just like you want to be around.
He's got a good story. He can talk well. He's like very
Why?
He's super polite. He's a nice guy.
Every time I meet him, he like gives me the double handshake as if it's like he's so happy to see me. Like, man, this always makes me feel good,
Why is Lee Librata always discounted? Is it because his brand is more of like a mainstream brand, not a hardcore bodybuilding brand?
It's not a fucking freak, you know. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's just he's not a freak.
Man, I watch his posing. I watch his posing routines.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Outstanding.
Yeah, and I'm
like, you know what? If you watch him now, still with Hunter, like when you watch him, he's like the posing. He's just so like
involved,
visceral with it. Yeah, he just loves that.
It's something that just oozes out your pores.
But even it's not just his pose. Like his physique was incredible. I mean, he's small, but like
very balanced,
phenomenal physique.
Yeah.
So I think I might be Lee Librata for a day.
Yeah, I could take you on that.
Walking down the beach, like.
Only because he's got
But then you might end up having Hunter like teenage Hunter as your kid for a day.
Holding hands, walking him down for an ice cream.
You might have baby Hunter who's gonna fucking wipe his dirty butt for a day.
Why are none of us saying Arnold? I'd be Arnold for a fucking day. Even Arnold's shittiest day.
Right.
Well, I mean, maybe the day he was in the hospital kind of sucked.
Arnold's had too many women. That would have been a headache.
Arnold also has too many days to spin the wheel on. You know,
I couldn't have dealt with. He must. Have
You know what? I'm going to gamble. I would take the Arnold wheel because he probably has like.
Arnold's wheel has 80 years on it, where like 5 days only has 50.
I know, but even a day in the life of a 70-year-old Arnold has to be awesome.
In his house with his donkey.
I don't know. He might piss blood. and
no, but he's got
fuck.
But then he can in his house.
But then he can fucking pull his trousers up and walk out into his Ferrari and just go for a drive somewhere, or get into his helicopter and fucking fly across the world.
I would love to have been on the fly on the wall for Arnold's younger years.
Yeah.
Like I just can't even imagine. Like the day that he's gone, I hope that he documented everything, and I hope that some book comes out that tells us everything. I really want to. Yeah.
Do you think if Arnold had Instagram back then, and it was an open door, he'd still be? Because I assume he partied pretty hard, right? And was a bit of a but that was never shown because it was
taboo.
Back then.
Yeah.
Arnold would have been the king of social media if he had been around bodybuilding.
He'd have killed it. It'd have been like, he would have killed it.
He would have known exactly how to use it.
Wouldn't he be like a cross between like Callum and like a good bodybuilder? Callum's kind of well, not that Callum's up. I mean, like a good open bodybuilder. I mean, not like a good open bodybuilder.
Crossbreed. You're right. Yeah,
because Callum's kind of got that lifestyle where he's partying, there's chicks and there's cars and there's motorcycles and there's like.
Arnold strikes me as the man that loved the attention most.
I agree.
And he would have used social media to become even more popular. Yeah, he would have done some mad shit.
Arnold is an extreme narcissist, like, of course.
Yeah.
But you guys don't
go on.
You guys don't see the Callum reference?
Oh, of course. Yeah, no, I see it. Yeah.
But who's the bodybuilder that you'd cross it with, though?
With Jay. I'd cross Jay and Callum.
Oh, so you have like Jay's career, but Callum's personality.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know, the business focus, like stuff like that, where he did a lot with it outside of bodybuilding as well, investing.
Yeah.
Party boy side of Callum.
Makes sense. If you only had one, we did this before. What's your biggest achievement or takeaway from this year? Well, Ian's 7th at the fucking Olympia. James won 2 shows. Ben had a kid. And
we've all done quite a lot.
I got a company.
Yeah. We have done really well.
2020 was pretty decent.
For us, in regards to our own growth.
What's the lowest percent Ronnie Coleman could have been to win this past Mr. O?
Lowest percent what? Like 80%?
Like what an 80%?
Yeah.
50% Ramy.
So we saw 100% Ramy. So where does 90% Ronnie come in?
I think a 90% Ronnie beats Ramy.
Yeah. Yeah,
85. I think 10%'s quite a big chunk when you cut it off. I think we're underestimating what 10% is.
But I think Ronnie's back double would have fucking ended the show.
Okay,
7%.
Ronnie, what do we consider Ronnie's best all time?
89. 99, sorry. 99 or 90.
Yeah, I'm in the 98. I'm anywhere from 98 to 2001.
Okay, and what's his worst Olympia win? Where he looked the worst?
2005.
Yeah. No, 2001 was shit too.
You think that version could have beat Ramy?
His
I
worst?
think 05 probably would have for me.
His worst, because his worst is probably 10% less than his best.
Yeah. His 05 was fucking huge.
Yeah.
There's only like 286 pounds
between his best and worst.
Was that the one where he came out with the robe on?
Yeah, the crown.
That was 2003.
Yeah.
No, the crown was 2005.
No, the crown was 2003.
Bro, I'm arguing with you. No, check it out.
I'll check it. The 2003 because he came out and he was 285 pounds on stage, and he took his fucking robe off, and the reason he did it is because the year before Gunter had beat him at the GNC.
Yeah.
So he did the whole king thing because he's like, "Fuck you guys, I'm going to destroy all of you," and then he did. So it's like, here, I'll bring it up in a minute. 1 second. I'm going to show you.
Yeah, I want you to.
I'm going to show you this first. So this is Ronnie Coleman 2001. That's a little bit blurry.
He wasn't shit though, was he? Let's be honest.
But this is 10% off his best, I would say. Like Ian said, that makes sense.
It's still fucking freaky.
Jay that he still beat, you know.
To me, this beats Rami.
I agree.
Yeah,
I love Rami, but Ronnie Coleman is the prime. Yeah, there's yeah. So let's see, 2003.
I have a feeling it wasn't, but that's just me.
03 is freaky as fuck.
Yeah, but I think the freaky year was the year that this
getting a little funky, but
see, look, this is wait.
There's the king thing there. I don't think it's 2003.
It doesn't
say
say.
On the far left.
1 second. Let's see what it says.
2005, mate. Trust me.
No. Is it 1 second?
I'm telling you. It's 05.
I don't think you're right.
I think I fucking am.
If you're right, I will apologize. And
I am a bodybuilding encyclopedia.
Okay, let's see.
Down.
If we just write 2005 Olympia,
just type in Ronnie Coleman crown.
Yeah.
This is the debate for today. Come on, who's with me on this one, and who's with Fouad? Before we go, because we have to pick a team each.
None of these say. Here it was.
You still have the date in there. That's why take the date out.
Yeah.
Your shirt.
Ben, who are you going with? You going to me or Fouad? I'm not going to be offended.
I mean, I'm going to go with James on this because I think
I'm going with James.
Oh, what the fuck? Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're older. Your memory's a little shaky.
I'm a little shot.
And you're slightly hungover.
I remember it being 05 because he was getting 8 Olympia titles.
2005. You're right.
Oh yeah.
I apologize, James. You are correct, and I was wrong, and I will admit it publicly in front of everybody that you are the man. No, he's right. Look, this is it. Boom.
Yeah. Some things
That's
I just
amazing.
know.
That's amazing.
I could have swore it was 2003.
Imagine having the sack to come out in that, you know?
Well, I guess
come out as Moses the next year.
I guess after you win fucking 7 Olympias, you probably can do this.
Don't you remember him coming out as Moses the following year with the tablet, 10 commandments?
Yeah. 41 years old, 5'11", 280.
You should I tell you what, you ask someone about how their self-confidence is, to wear that, you're confident, mate.
Yeah, but I think I think confidence is based on confirmation, and I think after you win 7 Olympias,
yeah, that's what I mean. You're
probably fucking.
Did anyone have quads like that?
I know. Anyone? Can you just look at his physique?
Look at the quads.
Wild quads, yeah.
Oh.
Shit, he could have walked out with no trunks. He could have walked out with no trunks on and still been king.
Look at this shit, man. It's incredible, this physique.
I don't know, big lad.
I don't know how anybody even tries to debate this. Like,
listen, he wasn't even bad. 05 weren't a bad look, was it?
No, it wasn't. I think
still would have murdered Ronnie Coleman.
I think 06.
Oh my god.
I think 06 was the off year, and maybe.
Yeah, it was. That's when he had the nerve damage to his lat.
Because 06 was the year that Jay won.
Yeah, his left arm and left lat was gone.
But now I just want to watch this because it's fucking awesome.
It's just crazy.
Condition. Look at the side of his leg.
I know.
He's an alien.
You know, I had Chad on, and Chad swears that his work ethic is second to none.
Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah, and I told him on the podcast, I said, I think people don't give him credit, and they always give the credit to Dorian because Dorian was so quiet.
Yeah.
But Ronnie, people don't give credit to Ronnie because he used barbecue sauce and he used Nestle Quick in his off seasons, and he looked like he was having a little bit more fun.
Yes, because he looked like he was enjoying it. People don't think he was working hard. But no, he enjoyed hard work.
But you can see here, that his left arm, you can see his down in size.
The triceps flatter.
Yeah.
It's the lat and the tricep started to wither.
He hasn't hit one back shot yet. That's fucking.
It's so incredible, man. Like, and
he
especially
knew his issues aside by then.
Splits.
Who the fuck does the splits at that size?
Him.
Like, nobody. Like, he's the only one.
Ronnie does what he wants.
I know people say shit about the stomach, but it doesn't even look
bad.
It doesn't even look that bad because he's so big.
Yeah, exactly. He's so big everywhere else, and he's got good height as well, isn't he? So stretches him out a bit.
I just want to watch this till we see his posing's kind of poop, but
yeah, he's not the best poser.
Look at his quads pop off the hip. It's like
his glutes are like fucking 16 inches long, though.
I know
they go down to his knee.
Yeah.
James is right because he's got the frame. It doesn't look weird, right? Because he's longer.
Yeah,
it's a height thing.
Look at the condition, man. Just
so crisp. Fuck.
Yeah, it's like we're all just speechless. We're like watching this shit. Like it's not human.
Imagine sitting front row and watching that. What that must look like, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just an insane bodybuilder, man. I don't know if we'll ever see that again.
This isn't even like we're not even watching his best at all here.
Yeah, I know.
No, this isn't.
We were bringing up potentially his worst Olympia, and that was that was in the debate.
That's how this started, yeah.
I don't know if we'll see that again, man.
So what are we saying percentage-wise then? Ronnie at 90.
Ronnie at 90 still beats everybody, man.
Yeah.
Ronnie at 90, maybe Ronnie at 90 loses to like 100% Phil.
100% Phil, maybe, yeah.
But that's it. Maybe 100% Dorian, like Dorian 95, 94.
Yeah.
But I still like 93 Dorian, bro.
You think 93 Dorian's the best?
93 and 5 are good, but 5 he had the tear.
I felt like 94. I felt like 94 he had made the jump in size, but still looked really good.
Yeah. But 4's the one they actually slated his condition, the other competitors.
Really?
Yeah.
Now we got to look this up.
His condition got slated a little bit. He didn't like his condition in 94. He said, because if you watch the beginning of the 95 Olympia, you know, they used to do the pre-talk before.
Yeah.
Like, they just basically a little interview. He was like, people were criticizing me last year for my condition, so I made sure I was better this year. That's why in 95 he was amazing. You have to watch the intro. If you look at 94, he doesn't look quite as dry and hard.
Yeah, this is 94, but I still like his shape here. His stomach's
it's amazing.
The stomach's still pretty small.
He wasn't happy with it.
That's 94.
This size-wise couldn't have stacked up next to Ronnie. There's no.
No.
It's I do like his side tricep though.
Yeah, it's a great shot.
This is good condition, man. Look at the graininess in the side of his leg.
Yeah, he I don't know why he didn't think much of it. Weird, isn't it?
His quads are a little weird in that downsize there looking.
Yeah.
He doesn't have sweepy quads, does he?
He never had. So yeah, I've never seen a picture of him with like really flaring
quads.
Yeah. And when you look at this shot, you're like Kevin Levroni's winning it.
Yeah, because that is Dorian's weakest shot out of all of them.
Quads were never like great to me.
Who's that? Kevin Levroni?
Kevin, yeah.
Yeah, they were big at one point early in his career, but they never had
separated or like anything. But
you know, everybody
like look at that black and white photo there, bottom row, left side. Like, you know,
you can see it there. Yeah,
that's not conditioning. That's
Yeah. It's crazy. You know what people say the most that I always like. It bothers me because I'll never get to see it, obviously. But people say, you know, Dorian was like pictures didn't do me justice.
Yeah, everyone says
so.
That.
When I look at this photo, I'm like, wow, he looks incredible. But I wonder what that looked like in real life.
Yeah,
I've heard the same from everybody that knows him.
You know. Anyway, we could go over fucking old pictures and shit forever. What time is it? Fuck, we've been on for like 2 hours. Okay, let's do a couple more and then we'll call it up. Call it a day.
I got some PlayStation to play.
Do people have a hard time understanding Big Rami? Does Fouad have anyone in the family with broken English like Rami? Everybody in my family speaks Arabic, including myself. I don't speak it very fluently because I was born here, so it's kind of broken Arabic.
No, English.
No, broken English.
Oh, broken English.
Does any of your family speak
Arabic that they don't?
No. My mom has broken English.
Okay.
Yeah, my mom has broken English because when we go home, like when I go home to see my mom, we still speak to her in Arabic.
Yeah.
So she doesn't speak English fluently.
Okay, there you go then.
Yeah. What are your guys' thoughts on Shanique Grant announcing her retirement from competing?
I was going to ask that earlier.
I don't want to get into this one.
I don't know.
What? Wait. What do you mean you don't want to get into it? What's wrong?
She's got an opinion.
I think this was a fucking nonsense thing. I watched this video that she put up yesterday, and it was like
I didn't see it.
Eye roller and a half to me.
Why? What happened?
Did you not? You didn't watch it, eh?
No.
Okay, well maybe you watch it and we'll talk about this on the next podcast.
Well, now I gotta fucking see it.
Yeah. I don't know. What, James, you saw it?
I saw it.
What did she say?
I haven't seen it, right? But I did hear about 6 months ago that she's considering retiring after one more.
Oh, so you heard this before?
Yeah, way before. Rudy told me. Ask Rudy, James.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it for the majority of the day, to be honest. It's been on and off my mind, trying to make an honest opinion of it all. And I kind of have both sides.
It felt very weird and scripted and like strange to me. I don't know. The video was just gave me a weird vibe. I don't know.
I think the video itself didn't portray any emotion.
It's just genuine, yeah.
Okay, I don't know anything.
No, I have heard that she planned it for a while.
Okay.
Her reasonings are fair enough.
I haven't watched the video, but I don't know. Okay, just without the video, does it make sense for her to retire? How many Olympias did she win? 1 or 2 or 3?
She cares about her femininity, in a sense, from what I understand.
Oh, so she's like, the other girl beat me because she's way harder. I don't want to get that hard. I don't want to.
She also said, like, she was saying stuff about, like, that made me roll my fucking eyes as a bodybuilder when she's like, you know, I've been training for, 6 years and my joints hurt from all the hard training. It's like, are you fucking serious, girl? Like, this is the fucking life you signed up for, man. You know, like 6 years. Like I was fucking training for 6 years before we even had a career. You know, this girl fell into a career really quick. Was skyrocketed to the top, and she's sitting here saying like, but then she almost contradicted herself because she's like, the hard train because of my small joints and stuff. My joints and stuff are always sore, and I need massage work every week. It's like, okay, well, this is your fucking job for one. Like to be
but maybe she doesn't want to feel that way anymore.
Sure, I understand that, but then, which I completely agree with you. Then she
still find me in the gym training.
Thank you. Then she said that 2 minutes later, she's like, but you guys are still always going to see me in the gym training hard and bust my ass and blah, blah, blah. I just won't be competing. It's like, wait, so you have these small joints, so your joints are always sore and you can't train the same way, but you're going to retire and train the same way?
Yeah, but being a retired bodybuilder and training is not the same as training for an Olympia.
Okay, but she's kind of traded as if she was going to be trained the same.
I think what it is, I think it's a little bit of the Phil Heath syndrome.
What's that syndrome?
I think that the Phil Heath syndrome.
I know. What is it? What do you mean?
When you rise quick because you are genetically gifted and you work hard, then you get a loss, and it hits a bit differently because you're not used to the losses. We've had losses on our way up, and that's part of our path. Some people it's not, and I don't know if they know how to deal with it. And I'm not saying that is necessary, but
Phil didn't have his loss. Phil only had his loss this year, right?
No, he lost to Sean Roden.
Yeah,
he lost to Sean Roden in 2018,
and that's when it went for Phil. It was like, this is it for a year. So I don't know. Like, I'm not saying that. It's just that certain people, the fortitude, the mental fortitude, isn't installed in them because they've had quite an easy run. And I know it sounds bad, but
this is the view that I kind of had on it. Yeah. And if this is when Ben said that she'd been playing this 6 months, okay, that does change the dynamic a little bit.
Yes, absolutely.
And she also said to me, and this kind of left a sour taste in my mouth as well in the video, that she said they're obviously going for a very different look than a very different direction than my physique. And I don't think they were going for a very different direction than your physique. I think your physique, the direction you just lost because you were in worse shape. The girl, Sarah, was in fucking
amazing shape.
Yeah, amazing shape. She was in outstanding. She was one of the leanest people in any class in the whole thing. Her condition was ridiculous. Shanique's was mediocre. It was okay. It wasn't excellent by any stretch. I mean, there was girls in the third call it with better conditioning, just with not nearly the genetics and shape that she has. She just got beat by a better girl on that day.
Shanique lost the show.
Shanique lost the show. She pulled a Phil Heath 2018. She lost the show just like, this. And I think it's not, you can't go off and say they're going for a different direction or blah, blah, blah. No, they're not. They want your direction. You just need to show up in better shape and hold your crown,
But then on the other side, and I agree with that. And then on the other side, I do wonder what it's like to be a woman and you're doing a sport that if being even harder is part of the plan, I don't know if some people are comfortable with that.
Well, this is what I'm getting at. It's not.
Wait, let me interject you for a second.
Yeah, of course.
Adding more muscularity to potentially compromise your femininity are vastly different. Because if they said, hey, if some girl that was like some fucking, Hella Trevino motherfucker won the show that's, crazy heavily muscled and whatever. Then okay, I would agree with you. I'd say, what? They're going for a different look and they're not going for the shape look and blah, blah, blah. But this girl was right in the mix last year.
Yeah, and feminine still.
Heath was slightly less conditioned, and Sarah was better this year. And I think, they're not going for a more masculine or more heavily muscled look. They just want you to
nailed it.
Okay, can I ask one question? Why can't somebody just retire? Why is it a big deal?
Absolutely, but just say that then. Just say, hey, I'm done with this. I got what I want out of it. I'm done with this now. It's nothing about, anything.
So you're saying it's the excuses she made that are annoying, not necessarily that she's retiring.
No, it's not that she can't just retire. It's just that we're on a podcast and we have to discuss it.
Yeah.
No, I understand that. What I'm saying is,
we would all be dead quiet otherwise.
No. I know.
Sour taste in my mouth about it were, one, the kind of contradiction about the training, and then two, saying that they're going down a different look, which just accept that you lost because you were not as good. You know?
Yeah, Phil did that. Phil did do that. Phil did not want to admit Roden beaten.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't go down a different direction. You are the best physique in that division by a huge margin. And it's just like if Chris was to lose this year because, say, he was a little worse than last year, we wouldn't say, oh, they're going a different direction. It's like, no, you just didn't hit the nail and someone better beat you. It's just, I don't like that kind of justification for a loss and saying like, oh, they just didn't like my look. Like, I was at my best. You weren't at your best. Someone better beat you. Deal with it, come back better next year, win your title back, the end. Or say, hey, I'm just done with this. I got what I want out of the sport. I'm ready to move on with my life. And she did kind of say that because she said stuff about potentially wanting to have kids and focus on her marriage. And okay, I can completely, I agree with that. I think that's great. If you want to focus on that, then that's great. But when you kind of had the justification for the loss, that left a really bad taste.
No, the first bit you said about wanting to move on and do different things in her life, that's what I heard back in August when I was in Florida with.
And that's great.
I think when somebody's trying to retire, they're probably trying to give reasons. They have to give reasons publicly. It doesn't mean.
Okay, but let me interject here. You think of the timing that she just came off 2 wins, loses 1, and then, oh, I'm going to retire. It makes it look like you're retiring because you lost. And when she then goes on the podcast or on her interview or
Instagram,
her Instagram and says, oh, that they're blah, 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 this, and they're going in a different direction. Well, then you're not making it about just one.
It's not the classy thing to do. You're right about that. The classy thing would be, yeah, right, I didn't hit it right, blah, blah, blah. But
or say nothing. Just say, hey, I'm done, Cool.
Yeah.
I'm done. I want to focus on having a kid, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But then you also don't need to do it a week after the Olympia where timing now looks conspicuous.
So you're saying that the video almost makes it look like she's taking the blame off herself instead of just...
The timing also makes it look like it's a rash, emotional decision to me. I think she's still emotional from having her title taken away from her. I think she's slightly making excuses for why she lost in her own mind when she could have just moved past it, Do
you think this sets up a comeback?
I mean,
if you're right, then what's going to happen?
I don't take this retirement post seriously enough that if she was to come back, I'd even be calling it as a comeback. It would just be she never left.
That's what I mean. I'm saying, is it one of those things where she's really emotional and 3 months from now she's going to be like, you know what, fuck it, I'm coming back.
I could potentially see that happening. I don't know, but if Ben's saying that this was the decision that had already been in the works, then no, I could see her stepping away 100%, and I completely stand by that decision in that aspect. I think there is more to life than bodybuilding, especially for someone like her that, she has invested 15, 20 years like some of us have, where that decision isn't so fragrant, Where for her, it could be okay, I haven't invested my entire life into this to walk away. I've got something out of it. I accomplished some stuff. I'm going to do other avenues in this world, in the fitness industry, and focus on the social media and my clients and have a kid and whatever. That's great. I'm all for that. I support that decision 100%. But then the other little aspects she threw in there were just unneeded,
Yeah. Okay, let's take one more. If you could choose, would you go to the gym about 5 minutes away that doesn't have the best equipment, or would you drive 25 minutes away to a gym with better equipment?
25.
Right?
Luke and I used to drive 90 minutes to go to a gym that was better equipped.
I do that every day now. There's a gym 30 minutes down the 401 from where I live.
There's a good 5 minutes from our house, and we still drive to the other gym that's 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's not even up for debate. That's
not at all.
I'm just lucky because my gym literally is 5 minutes away.
Yeah. Well, put it this way, Luke and I used to travel for 2 hours. He used to travel an hour and a half. And then after about 6 months, we both moved closer to the gym.
Yeah.
Is cereal soup and is taco a sandwich? And why isn't a hot dog a sandwich?
Isn't it a sandwich? There's a whole thing about this.
Oh, I guess that's why we're discussing it.
I don't think a hot dog's not a sandwich because it's in abundance like that and it's not closed.
Well, there's a hamburger a sandwich then.
It's not fully closed, is it? Yeah, because it's 2 buns. Like it can be shut. It can be shut.
You can shut a hot dog. What are you talking about?
You got small hot dogs. You got small wieners.
Well, I mean, if you put a big fat wiener in there, you can't.
I like a fat wiener in mine.
like a fat wiener.
James, they don't have proper sausages over here.
Is a taco a sandwich?
See, this is according to Merriam-Webster dictionary, a sandwich is 2 or more slices of bread or a split roll having a filling in between. By that definition, a hot dog does qualify as a sandwich.
No, it's not in between though, is it?
Yeah, it is.
No, because a hot dog's not cut through the whole way.
No,
it's not in between.
The bun is a split roll with the hot dog in between.
Not completely cut, but it's a split roll. Yeah.
I feel like personally it should be fully cut through.
All right, so
if you fully cut through your hot dog, if you fully cut through your hot dog bun, it's a sandwich.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that, but I'm just going with the definition.
Okay, the question was taco. Is a taco a sandwich?
No.
A sandwich?
No.
I don't think so. No.
Oh, James, I got a question. So this only applies to proper sausages though, because you don't have proper sausage meat over here. Hot dog with a proper butcher sausage. Leave it whole, or you cut it and grill it on the inside as well.
I've never heard of the second.
Oh,
I guess
you're missing out. Mate. You're missing out.
Listen, mate. Never heard of the second.
You take a big, thick butcher sausage.
I've never done that.
Grill it and then cut it, open it, and grill it some more.
I've never done that.
Okay, we're way off topic here. So we've established that taco is not a sandwich.
Well, no, because it also said it's a split roll or 2 pieces of bread. It's neither a roll and it's not 2 pieces of bread. So it's not a
taco's like fucking. What is it made of?
Okay, is cereal soup?
No.
Why? Because it's just like soup. What's the difference? What's the difference between?
It's not hot. It's not hot.
These are their own classifications. Soup is soup and cereal is cereal. A hot dog is one singular thing that can fit into another category. Cereal is in itself its own category.
But what is the difference between cereal and soup other than the temperature?
Well, you can have cold soups. I mean, I just had cold soup the other day.
So cereal is soup then. So
do you think porridge is soup then, Fouad?
No, because porridge is thick.
So you can have thick soup.
You have really thick soup.
Like a thick clam chowder or something, you know?
I make my oatmeal or porridge like thick. Like it's not.
Some people make it really runny, so then is it soup?
No, soup is only a vegetable or meat content. Soup, vegetable, meat, or lentil. You can't have cereal.
You can have broth. You can have just soup broth.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't have cereal broth.
But if you just have milk, isn't it the same thing?
No.
Well, okay, but hang on. Weetabix is a cereal, and I have it with hot milk, so it's not a temperature thing.
That's true too.
Yeah.
I think cereal is soup.
I gotta Google this. I always have to Google.
That's a T-shirt. You should definitely bring it.
Cereal
is soup.
Cereal soup.
No, if they say it is, I'm fucking.
I'm not happy about it.
Okay, here we go. I got it right here. I got it right here, Ian.
Nothing is impossible.
It says soup, on the other hand, is defined as a liquid food being prepared by boiling. Therefore, soup is anything that extracts flavor from the product by letting it soak in the broth. Yeah, but that's what Ben does with his Weetabix.
No, it has to have been boiled. You don't have boiling Weetabix.
Cereal is wheat.
It also says that it's made by boiling, simmering meat, fish, or vegetables with various added ingredients.
It's the extract that comes from within. You don't get the extract of the Weetabix. Weetabix doesn't exude any quality, does it?
James, this says cereal is soup.
No, it's not.
That's what it says. That's what it says.
The internet can fucking do one.
I'm just telling you what it says, man.
The internet is wrong.
All right, it's right here.
You chose the site that you made this website earlier. you made this website.
Any oats or wheat that humans consume are traditionally cereal. Soup, on the other hand, is defined as a liquid food prepared by boiling. Therefore, soup is anything that extracts flavor from a product by letting it soak in its broth. In that case, cereal is wheat and soup is stew. I don't know what that means.
I'm fucking lost.
Where did wheat come into the equation?
They've just thrown that spanner in the works. I'm confused.
Is cereal considered soup? Right here. Of course, cereal isn't soup. Reassure yourself. Cereal isn't hot. But this answer, cereal's not hot. And Ben said,
I had cold tomato soup 2 days ago.
Yeah, and Ben makes hot cereal. So,
but the soup was once hot.
Ian's right. You can have cold soup. It doesn't.
Yeah, but the soup was once hot, wasn't it? Wasn't it once upon a time?
Wait. What the fuck is that one? Is it a salad?
Wait, no, you're right though. You're right, James. Yeah, because it was originally cooked by boiling things and blah blah blah. You're right.
Yeah.
And then it's cooled. Yeah. Okay. So you're right.
Based
on the origin story.
This says based on the definition, cereal cannot be soup because it is not boiled. if you boil your cereal in stock or water, then it can be soup. See?
You can make it.
Yeah, but I wasn't I get the hot milk and I pour it over cold Weetabix. I'm not boiling the Weetabix.
You're not boiling the Weetabix in the milk.
All right.
Yeah.
Try it maybe, and then we'll see.
Yeah, maybe.
So therefore, oats are soup.
No.
If you boil them on the stove like some like old fashioned oats, there they are.
But it just said on there that oats are cereal.
But
if my mum will get
I know you're right.
Of oats, she stirs it and boils it.
This is a fucking headache. This is what this is.
Ooh, I'm lost.
I'm gonna make a shirt that says cereal is soup, and then that'll be true. Because it's on the shirt.
Yeah.
On the back, Fouad is a legend.
And Fouad is a legend.
All right, guys. It's been fucking a long time. And I'm hungover still, so I'm gonna go eat.
I'm sober you up any,
All right, we'll get together again. Thanks, boys.
You guys.
Talk to you later.
Pleasure.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, share with your friends, and like the video. And if you get a chance, check out the description for all the different links to all the different places you can find Hostile and myself. And lastly, check out hostile.com for our new line of supplements and all of our apparel and gear. Thanks again for watching.